run that shit back. Run that shit back. That shit's hot. Truth music. We're gonna start the show in a little bit. Give time for people to get on. We already live.
I do natural remedies. Peace to my family. 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 What cocky fucking doctors? They'll never see me. I don't be at no places that cannot ever be me. I'm doing natural remedies. Shout out to my people. I'm doing natural remedies. One love to my people. I'm doing natural remedies. One love to my people. Doing natural remedies. One love to my people. Don't fuck with no cops. I hate them with dollars. That's how I fall come to church. I never show up. He starts speaking. I gotta feel like I'm a robot. I tell him be quiet cause his ass needs to shut up. He don't know what he's talking about, so I'm giving him an answer. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. 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 I look inside myself. Everything is with me. I don't deal with religion because I can see niggas smile when they think of somebody coming down the stage. Let me say myself, I don't need no saving weed. Hell with them. I do natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. They say come get this, nah. They come get that, nah. I ain't doing a damn thing. Ain't lining up nowhere, brother. You cannot trick me. No, you can't get me. No deceiver, no the guy, cause you can't deceive me. I'm doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family.
We're gonna run that back one more time. We're gonna start the show. That track is hot, y'all. Just listen to that shit's hot. We're gonna start right after this.
Peace to my family. I do natural remedies. 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 Peace to my family. What cocky fucking doctors? They'll never see me. I don't be at no places that cannot ever be me. I'm doing natural remedies. Shout out to my people. I'm doing natural remedies. One love to my people. I'm doing natural remedies. One love to my people. Doing natural remedies. One love to my people. Don't fuck with no cops. I hate them with doctors. That's how I fall come to church. I never show up. He starts speaking. I gotta feel like I'm a robot. I tell him be quiet cause his ass needs to shut up. He don't know what he's talking about, so I'm giving him an answer. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. 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 I look inside myself. Everything is with me. I don't deal with religion because I can see niggas smile when they think of somebody coming down the stage. Let me say myself, I don't need no saving weed. Hell with them. I do natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. They say come get this, nah. They come get that, nah. I ain't doing a damn thing. Ain't lining up nowhere, brother. You cannot trick me. No, you can't get me. No deceiver, no the guy, cause you can't deceive me. I'm doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family. Doing natural remedies. Peace to my family.
Peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. We're gonna get started. How y'all doing? this day. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day. A wonderful day. I want to show y'all something. I'm going to show you a quick clip proving that me and the brothers, we been right. And then after a while, we're going to get into old maps. The old map you dealing with about what's really going on. We're going to break down what's everything. Before that, we're going to show you a couple of videos that's real to help break down some things and to expose some things. I hope you're ready. Today's going to be an excellent show. I believe we all have something important to say. We'll have some input on what's going on. Now, we already let y'all know that these guys are trying to do their profit. We let y'all know who they listening to. We even brought y'all the details. And we showed you the faces and the places. Now, we are going to show you exactly what's going on in today's day. Okay, we also have some outside nations speaking up for our people, telling them, against our own people, telling our people that they need to hand all of our land right back to us. Enough is enough. That they promised 40 acres and a mule, but we supposed to have everything because it's all ours. Robert, that's what happened in the book. Read the King James Version Bible. There's a scripture that tells you that we was going to get robbed. But people will get robbed. You gotta be careful because they imitate everything. They like to say chosen people talk. They like to put how they say it. Because y'all gotta understand we're not human. You understand that we're not human. You understand that we 33 strand like equal beings. That means that you are pure energy, pure light. That means you are angelic. We don't use the G word in other words because they are pagan. See, the devil uses the G word because he is pagan. The devil tried to imitate us on every single way, even down to his creations and his children. So when he was dealing with those blackamoors, he also fixed up their heritage. So therefore, it would somewhat line up to ours, look like ours. But see, if you do the research and you find out when you claim to be an Israelite, you call yourself Greek. The last time I checked, we ain't white. And then when you claim to call yourself what they call it, Hebrew, then that means you're Roman. So it's not lining up. We have to get down to the details and stop going with Bill Pork Chop or some of these put in place leaders of the camps who are blackamoors, piece of work, my brother, tricking them, and that's why they got ahead of the curve because they knew y'all was going to be waking up. Let's get to something really crucial, really quick, because I did tell y'all that we was going to show y'all, but I want to give you the evidence, because we told you that Elon Musk is a robot. Now, without showing it to you, how can you believe anything we telling you, right? So therefore, we have to show you. So that's proof. That is proof right there. Along of what's going on. Now, we know that they took religion. Some of you wonder why would they imitate and have their storyline so closely to ours so that when we start waking up, we believe that we're Hebrews and Israelites. When the minute you claim to be Hebrew Israelite, you deny yourself. It means you deny your family. Therefore, you have to get away from that and go back to self. By choosing yourself, you choose the family. Remember, end of the day, we are collective. Yes, I do understand everybody has their appointed times. Remember, we are the ones that decided to separate ourselves in so many numbers that could not be counted to experience different things on different planets in the universe that you call life. Yes, we sure did. Now, if you ask me why, I have to say we was born. But hey, we learned a lot. Therefore, we will know everything. Because the future, we know everything. We're curious, so we learn everything. The soul, the spirit, I should say, the soul's your body. That's why they want your body. The spirit, which is connected to your body, by the way. All right, until it goes down to dirt and disappears, or you make it invincible. All right, just don't sell your soul. Being honest. All right, let me show you, because they're gonna admit. Listen, this is the doctor admitting to you. The doctor, one doctor of religion. Hold on.
Once you accept a religious story, belief system, and it is unquestionable, this is how it is, you deny yourself vast areas of potential knowledge, awareness, research, investigation, enlightenment, all those areas that you will not go into, because if you do, your religious belief system comes under threat. So what you do instead is you say, if you go into those areas, that's blaspheming the idea that we are an expression of infinite awareness is blaspheming, because they don't want you going into those areas. They want you in a belief system corral, which they circle the wagons around and tell you that's all you need to know. And if you've got questions and they can't be answered without going into these other areas, then it's because God doesn't want you to know the answers.
That's exactly what your pastor tells you. Ain't that what your pastor tell you? All right, we got plenty of you to show you. We're gonna get to other videos in a minute, but first, hey, what's going on, family?
What's going on, man?
Doing all right, man. I don't know if you want to comment on anything on those videos or anything about, those two particular.
Those are self-explanatory.
Here they are. All right. And if nobody has any questions, we're gonna go ahead to the other videos and we're gonna get going. Well, you want to talk about anything before I move on?
Nah. I think one of the other brothers is waiting to come in. It says he's in the look at your chat. He said, "I'm here waiting, bro."
I thought he was already in.
He did. Yeah, check your chat, bro.
Because Brother Truth was supposed to come in, and Brother Reed might jump in. They both got the link. I didn't send about the link.
Oh.
So I don't know. Okay.
So that other brother, he not supposed to be on the show?
I didn't talk to him about it. Not that I know.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's all good. He here though. He out here.
Oh, okay. He said, "I'm here to listen and learn." I know that's right. Me too, brother.
All right. So I know many of y'all seen this. I know you know what this is, right? This is a satellite. The Demon satellite. This is owned by Enlil. Now, further down, you're going to see that there's a blank spot, so-called, in deep space. It is cloaked. It is cloaked because Elon, what's his name? The devil, one of the devils, places there. That's where their home is at, right? And they don't want you to know. These obviously are not anything that's above us. These are things that don't want us to go to the next level. In other words, what you have to understand, technology, which you'll find out now, is actually part of life. The difference is that you don't make things that can hurt you or can hurt people. That's what they have done. All right. We are going to advance way more further than the Anunnakis ever did. We're going to advance way more further than all their counterparts ever could. And of course, if you have read some of the older books, such as Sumerian texts, it tells you there that we don't need them. We're going to advance way further than them. They actually admit to this, and they get mad and cause a flood that they try to say they was trying to get rid of the giants, but truth be told, they was trying to get rid of us. And if you actually look into the design of so-called Noah, he built a spaceship. People said Noah looked like them. Remember, the dad went to the person and asked him that question, what should he do? All right? So you got to be careful with these stories. And then getting clean and unclean animals. One of us would not get an unclean animal. We only would bring the clean animals. Unclean animals are not supposed to be here. They are created by other entities. That is not us. All the clean ones obviously created by us as a whole, as one. That's why the book says the spirit went across the earth. The spirit was creating, and then eventually entered the earth, which we are the spirits, and built its own body. All right. Now they take the story and they twist it. Now watch this video.
You know, I did a documentary, The Black Knight Satellite, Beyond the Signal. And there's this object orbiting Earth that is estimated to be there for 13,000 years. And how we get this number is the NSA analyzed the signal from it. A couple of astrophysicists analyzed the signal, and some ham radio operators back in the 50s also got the same signal, all independent, came up with the same translation, decoding of the signal, that it was saying it was from the Epsilon Boötis constellation. Then they discovered that it was in a polar orbit. It had changed course and went into a polar orbit, something we couldn't do until just recent times. We didn't even know how to get a polar orbit orbiting from pole to pole. In order to create a lot of the megalithic structures that you've seen, like the pyramid complexes and everything else, you need a polar orbit. But this thing has been orbiting in a polar orbit from the 1950s. The object itself is interesting because the Epsilon Boötis comes up individually several times. So I looked into Epsilon Boötis. I'm like, well, let me research this place. I found out there's something called a void there. This void is called the Boötis void. It's the largest known void in the universe. It's not even dust in this area, going on for about 250 million light years, or some crazy spanning number like that. And so I saw Michio Kaku, the famous theoretical physicist, talking about it. And he said that in that void, it looks like light's being bent around that area. And he says that we think that it's potentially it could be a cloaked advanced civilization. So I looked into it a little bit deeper and discovered that Boötis is owned.
All right, and just so y'all know, I have sent, and my brother have seen it because I sent it to him. He's seen the same thing. We have seen these cities, of course, digital. And evidence, Elon Musk admits that he knows where the fallen ones, the main fallen ones live, who started the whole mess, who are black. That's why everything that look like you ain't you. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. All right? So Elon Musk has admitted to this, so now the scientists saying that area is cloaked, which means they basically admitting without saying they know what's there too. The reason I'm showing you this because it's these same guys that try to guide the Gentile to bringing about an Armageddon. Now, the problem that these humans have now is that their government has been infiltrated with you know who, all right? And they are the ones who are in office trying to carry out that, the Armageddon. It's actually not supposed to happen. The reason why people have not advanced every time we're about to advance is because they cause a great destruction called what I was just talking about, right? Y'all gotta bear with me because I'm a little under the weather. Okay, so since they did that, this tells us, that actually tells us a whole lot right there alone. And if they are the ones who constantly, every single time, cause a destruction called Armageddon, they have been telling the Gentiles to bring about Armageddon. And the Gentiles obviously were doing it because the Gentiles was carrying it all the way through. The problem is that the Gentiles were not trying to carry it through because they started waking up. And that's why he infiltrated the government. JFK was one of the first woke presidents who was white. Yes, I understand they were cousins, but even they lose control of their family sometimes. One of their own families woke up and said, what we're doing is wrong. We're not going to do this. He tried to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff that Trump is trying to get rid of right now. All right. The one problem Trump would have a problem getting rid of would be the Black Ops program, which is something way bigger than any president. You can call it the CIA if you like, call it what you want, they all work together. All right. So this is why they're actually looking, because the book is telling you that they're going to fight. They keep saying the Most High, it says God, Lord God means double. That's his whole name. That's the devil's whole name. The whole name is pagan. They're going to try to fight their LG because they don't want to follow that LG anymore because they're realizing that LG's no good and he's wrong. And everything they did that he told them to do, instructed them to do was wrong. And now they're trying to fight against the other things, these other beings. Now, when you say brother against brother, yeah, because remember, because they didn't make these things and use a drop of their blood, the drop of their blood, then they became their family, not our family. That's why I've been trying to get folks to realize they're not our family. We didn't give them not one piece of ounce of our blood. They gave them an ounce of their blood in order for it to work. Because without an ounce of their blood, it wouldn't work because the being they made had no melanin. So they had to give it a little bit of melanin for it to work. And the melanin is in the blood. It punches through the skin. All right. Now, what you have to understand is that every white person has a little melanin in them, but they're not your kin. That DNA comes from Enlil and them, who are now cloaking their home in the sky. That these humans are now figuring out where these things and guys at because they're going to try to fight back against their daddies. The Tower of Babel was them also trying to fight back against their daddies. That wasn't even our story. And they destroyed them for trying to fight back against their daddies. Now, of course, yeah, they're going to beat them, but they can't beat us. And we're not going to follow their direction. Therefore, they're not going to get what they want. Let's keep on listening.
Owned by Enlil from the ancient Sumerian tablets. These beings owned planets and moons, and some even owned constellations. And Enlil was the ruler of the earth at that time. And guess what Enlil had in the tablets? He had the all-seeing eye, the eye of Sauron, which has made it into the Lord of the Rings. He had the all-seeing eye. They copied it from the tablets. The Lord of the Rings copied it from the tablets.
Oh God.
So he can see, now listen to this. He can see population densities on the planet. He can see who had crops, who didn't have crops. He can see weather patterns all over the earth. You can only do that with a polar orbiting satellite, because as the earth spins on its axis, the satellite's orbiting this way. And so as the earth is, and as the satellite's orbiting this way, it's taking swaths of data.
Right.
And it's scanning topography, it's scanning patterns, it's scanning everything you need, right? Barometric pressures and all that kind of stuff. You can see scanning densities. You can scan for population densities. All that could come from one satellite orbiting the planet in a polar orbit. He had that. He knew what was going on, and he unfortunately, he was a pretty evil dude. If humans were getting too outrageous in one area, or overpopulating an area, this is in the tablets, just 100,000, 200,000. He would dry their crops out. He would spray stuff on their crops and to dry them out so they could starve to death. All this kind of crazy stuff. This guy was just ruthless. He saw us just as animals. He didn't see us as real sentient beings.
Hold on. We're not human. Just know that. When they saying human, they trying to refer to us. We not human. When he saw these black beings, we not black. We said conversation on the earth. He was jealous of us. He didn't like us. Now they say that he don't even consider us nothing but cattle, which is not true. However, he was jealous of the fact that he was supposed to serve us. They all have to serve us, and that's what he did not want to do. That's what it was all about. They're gonna give you stories and twist it a little bit, so we got to keep clearing that up.
But this guy owned Boetis. So I said, wait a minute. So the more I dug into it, I realized that the Black Knight satellite is just object that's still orbiting our planet right now. NASA, it's on NASA's server. They call it space junk.
Space junk.
Yeah, they call it space junk. They don't know what it is. It's been there. The STS-88 mission did a flyby and caught a great HD image of this thing. It's about estimated 15 tons.
It's in our orbit.
Oh yeah, it's in our orbit.
So it's not far out. It's not outer space.
No, it's at Lagrange point 4, I believe.
Okay.
And it's orbiting out there, and it's still there. They won't mess with it because it makes no sense to mess with it. You don't know what type of self-defense system or mechanism this thing may have. But the reason why I think it's important, based on what you were telling me about the gentleman, is because I believe that this thing is watching us. I think it's watching us, and I believe that it's using quantum entanglement to transmit everything in real time, what's going on Earth, back to home base at Boetis. And that this could be the gravity civilization that you're talking about, that is watching and making sure we don't get too crazy, because they don't want us to be a threat. They talked about us becoming a threat in the Sumerian tablets.
So the reason they talked about us being a threat, because once we figure out what they've done and we go on top above them, what do you think we're going to do to them? That's why they fight so hard to keep you down, because they're trying to avoid the punishment. Remember, ye are the battle axes. Your body is the battle axe. You are in the body. You will use your body and powers, all right, to take your vengeance. This is what they know. This is what we want. And plus, we're going to have better technology. We're going to be way better than the technology they've ever had, superseding them, way better than they could ever imagine. They would be destroyed anytime they ever thought about doing anything. And this is exactly why every time we get to this point, you see things start happening, right? There's a guy that predicted everything was going to happen a long time ago, before the Simpsons started predicting shit. And it was about 2025 and 2024. Well, every single thing we have been through and every single thing you have avoided because you didn't line up, right, to get anything, was everything that was talked about. DNA being altered as well was being talked about. Certain things they wanted you to do also is being talked about. I'm sorry, if you're talking about something and you're supposed to be in 1960 or 1940, there's no way you predicting that. You know something. That's why I said all these plans they do it, and they have a long-term plan, 1,000 or way more. And every time they've tried, they failed, right? So what they've done is keep reversing back to the point that they actually did cause Armageddon. That's why we come back over and again trying to fight this forever war. That's why they made the movie, right? Except eventually they can't beat us because we know everything they're gonna do. They become predictable because they are like robots. You don't know, all right? And these things are not what you would call even human. And understand we not, but we ain't them. And they ain't us, and we ain't them humans, and the humans are not us, because they have DNA, we got DNA. Our bodies have super abilities, and yes, they will be unwrapped and unraveled soon. Yes, some of y'all are starting to experience some of the things already. Some of you guys are doing some amazing things already. And it's just going to keep growing. It's going to keep happening. And this is why every single time they try to hold you back. You heard what he said? He destroyed your crops. That's funny. Because now he sent his children on 40 days and 40 nights to roam the desert when they got delivered from slavery, before they came down on a spaceship and then put on boats, come over here. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. All right.
Talk about it.
All right. Oh, we are. Right. But they don't want to talk about that. But right, you know, now you fast forward, right? And then you find out the same thing. This dude was evil, destroyed the crops, right? Plenty of times. He did that when they supposedly escaped Egypt to his own children, right? Except they had no crops. Why? They was thrown into space 40 days and 40 nights. Right. They had escaped planet Eden. Eden, they were slaves. Are you starting to see now? Eden wasn't white people. They were black or Moors. Who was they enslaved to? The same motherfuckers that freed them. You get it? With a promise that they was going to reach the promised land. But they gave a bad report. Because to him, he felt he was better than us. When they spied on us, they found out that they look like grasshoppers to us. But then they tried to call us giants that came with nothing. You don't understand that if there's way more air, oxygen in the air, it's way bigger. Do you know a bug, a roach, was twice your size? So how big you think we were? So they're not telling you the truth. And apples were as big as your, oh, actually, your apples as big as your damn head. They're not telling you the truth. They are lying. And now a lot of these fruit, like oranges, are not even real fruit. That's a mixed fruit. It ain't supposed to taste that. It's supposed to be a bitter fruit. They did that because folks most likely didn't know any better to buy it. And therefore, they put it on that way so that you would buy it. Everybody likes sugar, but sugar ain't good for you. You know, this Mexican dude, huh?
I say that's right.
That's right. Now, this Mexican dude once told me this, man. And Mexican people, they know who we are, so they talk to you, bro. They are prejudiced, but they know who you are. He told me there's 3 bad things, right? And I said, what? He said salt. He broke down why. He said sugar, and he broke down why, right? They always try to say you the salt of the earth, but no, you the cream of the crop. They always want to say, you know, we always like sweet stuff, but sweet ain't always good for you. The player's sweet, but he ain't has material, huh? So we got to start using our brains. Let's keep going. You have anything you want to say, fam, before I move forward?
Go ahead.
The myth of Adapa, they talked about it. They talked about it in the Atrahasis epic. They talked about it in the Epic of Gilgamesh. All these tablets, they talk about us potentially rising up and even superseding them, and making sure that we never found out that we don't need them. This is an ancient tablets, and now we never found out that we don't need them. This is an
Did y'all hear
ancient
that?
tablet, and making sure that we never found out that we don't need them. This is an ancient tablets, and now finding out that he is the constellation of Boötis is attributed to Enlil, and this thing gives off the signal to Boötis. And even in the NSA document, which is read in my documentary, it all comes together like, wow, what is going on here? In my research into all of this about Enlil, he claims himself to be omnipotent and omniscient. So that's what it is in the Bible. You know, God's supposed to be omnipotent and all-knowing and all-seeing and everywhere at all times. To me, if you take away the spiritual, magical aspect of that statement and analyze that statement by understanding technology, how can I, Billy Carson, right now today, become omniscient and omniscient? How can I be everywhere all at once and know everything?
Technology, fake gifts. When the devil gives you a piece of his technology, it has to come with a promise of something you would do for him. And that's why it says, do not accept their fake gifts. Why? Our technology was better before he caused the first problem when he nuked the asteroids to hit all of our planets, because he was on the outside of the asteroid belt, the inhabitable zone. He was punished. His planets was outside of that too. He broke in. We're going to show you in a minute. All right, because you're going to see all these planets pretty much all next to each other, all these realms and districts. All right, and he sits under Earth. Just so you know. Hold on.
Everything at once. There's an easy way for me to do that today. Number one, I got a smartphone. This smartphone can give me everything, tell me almost everything I need to know, right? And then the second thing is the smartphone is connected to the internet, which is connected to satellites. And those satellites can I can log into satellites all over the world, and I can see what's going on anywhere on the planet right now. I can tap into camera systems, public access cameras, right now from my phone. My car, I drive a Mercedes-Benz. I have a Mercedes S-Class. I always keep an S-Class since 2002, one of the most incredible cars for everyday driving because it's so safe. Actually, there's an app in the car, built into the car, that will let me see, you know what? Let me see what traffic looks like.
So you see, this dude had technology and people thought that it was a miracle. We didn't, because we fought back. He left, he said we fired missiles, and he came back. He said when he came back, this is after he had us fall the first time by doing the asteroids coming hitting us, because he nuked them to make it hit us. He's on the outside. That was his punishment. We subject his ass and his people to death. He didn't want to accept his punishment, so he did it for survival. But he wasn't supposed to. There's strict rules, all right, that you cannot break. If you break them, you have to pay. Nobody can protect you from it, period, all right? And he messed up. Now, he came down here with all this technology. We fought back because we knew better. But for who did he fool? To tell you that he fools the Gentiles so that what? They can come against us. How they come against us? With spells, which is what? Religion. The gospel, the good spell, right? Instead of you understand everything inside of you, they give you the good spell of Jesus instead of you having a Christ-like mind. And that's how they get you. Make it similar to you, but switch it up. Give his people, the Blackamoors from Eden, a planet, the same story line close to yours, right? And then get them to try to project it on you. Now, if you look up the research, you find out we were not slaves. Yes, some folks did kidnap us and do things, but when they came over here, after they got off their spaceship and hopped over here on boats to come invade, to tell you that they were slaves, they were already freed from their planet. They didn't have to come here. They could have stayed in Africa. That was an excuse because they were told to come here because this was the promised land. And when they came here with only shirts on their back, you know that was an act. Because of who we are, we told them we have this thing called slavery. It's a contract. It's not slavery the way they did it. It is, if you work for me for 3 years, I'm going to give you an acre of land, money, so that you can build yourself a house and you can do your own thing. Now they did that. And once they start doing that and enough of them start getting that, and they kept coming over here by the boatloads, you can look this up. They constantly kept coming. Right? They would have reporters come to their neighborhoods and say, what do you think for black person moved in here? Now, you already know that was cap. And of course, they would say, we think the value would go down. This was the time they was trying to project us to be the slaves when they were the slaves. See, we knew this at the time, wasn't buying into it. That's why we had Black Wall Street banks almost in every city. And every city got hit. The very same night, the Black Wall Street got hit. They only say Black Wall Street, but they need to say Black Wall Streets. Every bank, every place got hit on that same day. They have bombed us all over the United States that same day. They came to everybody's house, everybody's neighborhood, no matter what city you was in, and ready to kill with the Night Riders on the same day. This was the planned attack because they could not get their Rothschild banks off the ground. Why? Because in their neighborhood, the dollar stayed for maybe a week and it was gone. That's not no value. Our dollars rotated 40 times at least before it goes out at our businesses at the time, which means it builds value. So when Trump says make the country great again, he's talking about let's make it go back to the very point that we had took it from the black folks when they had already made it great. Because when they took it, it was already at the height. We already had our own government. We had a black house. They burnt it down and built the White House. The Blackamoors helped them build a White House. We had 3 or 4 black presidents before they ever had a white president. And those black presidents lived in a black house. The very same spot that White House is in Washington, D.C. So this was a hostile takeover. We got robbed. You can say the bad paper and all that stuff. That's a small thing because that wasn't even with the white people. The bad paper was with the Blackamoors. And we beat the Blackamoors down and won our freedom after they played us. They keep on trying to tell you the white man enslaved you, but no, the Blackamoors tried to enslave you and you fought back. Therefore, you did not become a slave. The white folks were the slaves. And that's why they came with the gospel, which was the spells and witchcraft, because they could not take you up enough. They couldn't, and their pappy couldn't. But he promised them if they spread that good word, that all of us would fall faint to it. Did it work? Some of us fought back, and obviously some folks got down with the get down, the get along game. That's something we got to stop doing. Before I go forward, any one of y'all want to say anything?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
1A, before I go that way, I can actually physically see the cameras. I can turn them on. I can see live camera action in my car, cars going back and forth on the highway, and see which highways are crowded, which highways aren't crowded from my car. Give me that omniscient ability. Between that and my smartphone, I now can see and know everything and be everywhere at all times. So you see, when you take the spiritual, magical sky.
Now I'm going to show you how the devil carpet you. We are everywhere but nowhere. Why are you everywhere? Because there's one of you on each dimension that we have decided to put ourselves at. All right? Called alternate universes. We're everywhere but nowhere. Also, we're in the ether because none of this is real. All right? Now, that makes everywhere but nowhere. So what the devil do? He made his own way to have the way he could say everywhere but nowhere. He's constantly trying to steal your spot.
Sky Daddy Wizard with a magic wand out of the picture and analyze it from a technological standpoint, you begin to realize that we're talking about a guy who had technology. This is how he knew about this. The Sumerian tablets say he had something called the Tablets of Destiny. And these Tablets of Destiny would have communication capability. They would have capability of seeing images on the screen that let him see things happening on the planet. He can even transmit information back to his home world through these Tablets of Destiny. And he had control of some type of weapon through these Tablets of Destiny, which is why people tried to steal them. And they actually got stolen a few times. And it would say whoever had control of the Tablets of Destiny had literally control of everything in this galaxy. Pretty interesting. And so he had the Tablets of Destiny as well. These crystal tablets that can display all this information. What kind of tablet can display information today that looks like a crystal tablet? Well, it could be your.
I think y'all get the point. Obviously, a cell phone or a tablet. All makes sense. If you got a smartphone, you can make it do the same thing, right? So we pause this. That's the guy who caused all the trouble. Here's the problem he run into. The white people are speaking up. Anyone y'all want to say anything? Because I know one of you sent me this video.
Which one video is that, bro?
About the white people speaking out. And then the Karen that got checked.
Go ahead, bro.
All right.
I'm listening.
All right.
I want to tell y'all something, man. People are waking up. This is a battle of good and evil. Stop looking at skin color all the time. It ain't always about skin color. That skin colors, I don't even mess around with that skin color stuff. Listen, man. These people are waking up. Good people are waking up. Now, I want y'all to play a.
Well, the fact is, guys, is that there's good and bad in every group. That has been a proven fact. We can't dispute that. Are they naturally good? It takes a special kind of one of them to be good. We're usually just naturally good. All right. Some folks turn out bad because the home they was, grown in. And then sometimes both parents are in the home, so that also can affect them too. Okay? That's why it's best to have both parents in the household, if you can.
Pay. Not play. Pay attention to what's going on. because they standing up to what's going on. I will leave a link in the description. Matter of fact, let me read y'all this title. White women react strongly to Kendrick Lamar's 40 acres and a mule. They robbed black people. It's gonna be a good one, y'all. Y'all not gonna want to click off this video. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Do you want to know my feelings about the fact that Kendrick Lamar only had black people during his halftime show at the
Lamar
Super Bowl? I think it's fucking perfect. Go on. That fucking show was just spot on, start to finish. Gave me chills, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he didn't put any white people in it, because guess what? Get rid of the DEI, and black people don't need to represent white people anymore.
Y'all let me know what DEI mean. What's DAI? Hey, it's early in the morning. You know I'm a little slow sometimes.
I don't know. Anybody know what that means? Anyone?
No, I heard about it.
It
but
means diversity.
Somebody told
It
me what
means
it stood for,
diversity,
but I don't
equity.
remember. Yeah, some shit like that.
It means diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
DEI, yeah.
Okay.
Let's get it.
What a terrible shame.
I now understand that halftime show. Let me explain it to you real quick. Come on. All right. So it went for you. That's why they told you to turn that TV off, and you listened. That's why. All right. But let me explain it. It was a political statement. It was a political statement with a diss at the end. And if you didn't know Kendrick Lamar's music or his background or anything, it still went for you. It wasn't for you. This is all from the comment section of my last post. This wasn't for you. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for you. It ain't for you, baby. That's okay. I had another guy just tell me I wasn't black enough. Now, that really hurt. But I don't know what can get more political than the first sitting living president coming to the Super Bowl. I feel like that's a big statement, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm just very aware that I'm not woke enough, and
Some people might just be doing the video just for clout, you know what I mean? But we got to be able to differentiate,
Obama's brown, but he's not one of us. Just know that.
Who's who. Well, we don't have to differentiate. Just be mature enough to just let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Be mature enough to just let it ride. Whoever's joking, let them joke. Whoever, we got to be mature enough to, hey, okay, all right, next one.
evidently, what does this dumb redneck know? I'm just dumb redneck. But yeah, no, this wasn't for you. So just, get up in the fetal position and just cry and cry, because this just wasn't for you, baby.
People keep saying this 40 acres and a mule thing was about broken promises to Black people. And yeah, but can we finally just also call it what it was? It was theft. I am loving all of the analysis of Kendrick Lamar's brilliant Super Bowl performance, and I cannot claim to know nearly enough to explain all of the nuance there. But the one thing I have kind of been picking up on is that we keep when he says 48. Right?
So they're speaking out, calling it what it is. They stole from us. It was theft. They're not even talking about paying reparations. No, they stole from us. We need to give it back. That's what they're starting to say. They can't give reparations because they owe us our land. Oh, we're gonna now. I'll play this quick clip, and I'm gonna cut it short on this clip though. Now, obviously, you see the title, right? But people are not taking that no more. So I just want to show y'all that when people will start to say and saying it's a good time to fuck around and find out, this is not a game.
Look at all the we got problems, J-Bo.
And they call us cowards, but we're out here.
Burn that bitch out, man. Burn that bitch burn. Let that bitch burn. What I'm talking about? I'm out. Still nigga Haitians off the team shit. Y'all perfect, man. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Y'all living in the past. All right, hold on, because that's not happening. The past is over. No more reruns. And that's what many of you people are going to find out who try to be against us. We actually going to skip this. We don't even need to do that one. We're going to get to this next one. Hold on. And then we're going to get to the meat and the bones. Hopefully you guys can deal with it.
The name Nibiru has loomed over the fringes of history, whispered in ancient texts, forbidden research, and modern doomsday predictions. It's been called the hidden planet, the destroyer, the home of the gods, the bringer of chaos and renewal. Some believe it's the hidden homeworld of the Anunnaki, the gods of Sumerian legend. Some say it's a myth, a distortion of ancient stories. Others claim it's real, and that its return.
Hold on, right? Real quick. Because some of y'all think, hold on one second. I need to show this. Some of y'all think that when they show you gray statues of them, that that's not what it was. But hold on. We got a temple. We got a temple that shows, hold on, we're gonna pull this up. Yeah, we're gonna grab this real quick. Bear with me, y'all. Hold on. Yes. All right. This is the temple. I'm about to show you the temple they went in, but look at the characters that's in the temple so you know that when they show you stuff the way it is, that's the way it was. Let me get close. So now you see the Egyptians. Now this is going like blow your mind. Now you see the Egyptians that the Bible was talking about, that the Blackamoors was enslaved in Egypt. Now when they invaded our planet, obviously they invaded through Antarctica, which is right next to the wall. All right, so you know how they broke in, and they brought a temple with them. There's some temples also on the dark side of the moon, one on Mars. Those are two stories that I will not talk about, only because those are one of the three missions that they have recorded. There's no bad things happen. All right. I imagine they saw some of the same things that they see in this temple, except they were alive. Those things are frozen solid. So they were great, but they just showed you a picture of gray Egyptians from Eden. So the God of Eden now shows you that, yes, that was the Blackamoors on planet Eden, and the Egyptians that were there were gray. Now on this planet, they're always black looking before they got taken over by the pale skin people. You see? So they want to imitate a similar story. He imitated, when he took these people over, he imitated a similar story that when he came down and had them do it, it would become similar to appeal to you, so that when people say, y'all don't know who y'all are, and then they say you this and you that, and here's the evidence, you read their story, and then you assume that it's talking about us, but it's actually talking about them. how that was the devil's chosen people, right? We don't need to be chosen because we are. All we gotta do is get our shit together and realize we don't need them. We need each other. A sister said what that means. Diversity, equality, inclusion. So in other words, we are diverse. We don't need them for diversity. We'll figure out our own, which we all know we don't need them. Equality. We don't need equality. Ownership. We want y'all to leave. We don't be bothered with y'all no more. Inclusion. We don't want to be included. We want separation. We want y'all to get away from us. We're tired. Y'all proving y'all can't deal with us right. So therefore, y'all do not deserve to be around angelic beings. Y'all need to go someplace where y'all around y'all own beings and deal with each other. And leave us the hell alone.
Is inevitable. The official story? Nibiru doesn't exist. There is no rogue planet, no hidden celestial body waiting to emerge from the darkness, no cosmic object with the power to reset civilization. NASA dismisses it as pseudoscience. Historians call it a misinterpretation. But here's the problem. Something does exist. For centuries, cultures around the world have spoken of a wandering star, a celestial force of upheaval. The Sumerians called it Nibiru, a crossing point in the heavens, a body associated with the gods. In Egyptian texts, a cosmic force known as the Destroyer arrives at the end of cycles. In the Bible, a burning star called Wormwood falls from the sky, poisoning the waters. Across the world, in different ages, different civilizations left behind warnings about a cosmic force that brings endings and new beginnings. Astronomers now suspect there may be an
Just so you know, when you are, the spaceship is in another dimension, but when it comes closer, and if say they fired missiles, the missiles would look like in this reality, like pointed bricks of stones. Every time they show one of their spaceships, they try to say it's a elongated asteroid, but it's not. If you have seen these things in real flight in our atmosphere, you will notice that they are very magnetic, electromagnetic. You see the electricity flickering on the outside, you see the lights on the inside, and you see the big windows, and you see the beings flying, elongated ships. Once they get to a lower orbit of our planet, that's when you see them for what they're for. But if you are looking in space with the technology that they use, it will appear as elongated stone or missiles. So if they were to fire a missile, it would not appear until it got close, like a missile. And just so you know, they have fired missiles on this planet before. Every time they thought we was going to go further ahead. However, all their stuff that they have is not going to work. When it says that, it's not just talking about these little beings, because we don't need help for little beings. We need our powers for the big beings, right? And the big beings are going to get mightily embarrassed once we have our abilities. See, the big beings, these demon beings, have been trying to stop you, me, all our people from going to the next level, because they know when we get there, they have to answer to the creator of all. The creator of all is simply saying me, you, us, our people. That's all you're really saying. Because when you choose yourself, you're choosing us. It's like they say when you don't go to the light, you turn your back and you say, I'm going home. You chosen yourself, which means you chosen us and that you get to go home. But that's another story. Now we know this. Let's keep going.
Undiscovered planet lurking in the outer solar system. There are orbital anomalies that hint at a massive, unseen force. Some researchers believe that a dark twin of our sun, a brown dwarf, could be the missing link in long cycles of extinction. Nibiru, Planet X, the Destroyer. Are these names describing the same thing? And what about Zecharia Sitchin, the man who brought Nibiru into the modern consciousness? the man who claimed that an undiscovered 12th planet exists beyond Pluto, following an extreme elliptical orbit, returning every 3,000.
Just so you know, there's way more planets that's near us. We're going to show you that too. They lying about the 12 planets.
1,600 years. He argued that the Anunnaki, the gods of Sumerian legend, came from this planet, descended to Earth, and created humanity as a labor force. Mainstream historians call his work fraudulent. His translations have been heavily contested. They say he got it all wrong. But if that's true, why does this story keep coming back? Why do so many myths, so many texts, so many unexplained astronomical mysteries seem to align with the idea?
And yes, when they came here, they came with the mission to try to enslave us. They couldn't do it. They brought their kids, the Cabbage Patch Kids. They couldn't do it. And then they made their pale-faced Cabbage Patch Kids. And because we trusted people we shouldn't trust, we got screwed.
Of an unknown celestial body on the fringes of our system. Maybe Nibiru isn't what we think it is. Maybe it's not a planet at all. Maybe it's something else. A force, a cycle, an event that's been erased from history. Tonight, we break down everything. The origins of the word Nibiru, the Sumerian texts and what they actually say, the science behind missing planets in our solar system, Nibiru's connections to ancient myths and religious prophecy, and whether it's possible that we are heading towards something inevitable. Because if the legends are true, Nibiru doesn't just exist, it's coming back.
Connecting all the dots, y'all. Pay attention. We're talking about it. We say all everything.
Can I say something real quick?
Nibiru is an Akkadian word, appearing in Mesopotamian texts written in cuneiform script. It is derived from the root word eberu, which means to cross or to pass over. The oldest known references to Nibiru come from Babylonian and Assyrian astronomical texts, rather than Sumerian sources. It is not a Sumerian word.
And I don't know if any of y'all caught that. They told you to do Passover for Mr. J. Passover, obviously, you now know is Passover for Passover, the planet that passes over, the crossing, worshiping the devil, like we, of course, we've been told y'all, but now there's your evidence, in case some of y'all didn't know.
Though it appears in texts influenced by Sumerian mythology. The earliest mentions of Nibiru date back to the 2nd millennium BC. The word is used multiple times across different tablets, but its meaning changes depending on context. But what does Nibiru actually mean? In Akkadian, Nibiru is generally translated as a crossing point, a place of transition, and a celestial body that crosses the sky, a celestial marker in the sky. Sometimes Nibiru is used as an alternative name for Jupiter. And in Babylonian mythology, Nibiru is directly linked to Marduk, son of Enki. Nibiru is a word that refers to a crossing or passing celestial object, not necessarily a single planet. Nibiru appears in several Mesopotamian texts, most notably in astronomical records and Babylonian myths. The Mulapin is an ancient Babylonian star catalog, listing constellations, planetary movements, and celestial cycles. It specifically mentions Nibiru, the star which stands in the west at the end of the year and is seen in the east at the beginning of the year, is Nibiru. This describes a celestial body that moves in a distinct pattern, appearing in different parts of the sky at different times of the year. This could be a known planet, a slow-moving celestial object with an unusual trajectory, or a large comet with a recurring orbit. The fact that Nibiru stands in the west and later appears in the east suggests something with a long orbital path, possibly an elliptical one.
The Mulopine includes a list of 36 stars, 3 stars for each month of the year. The stars are those having a helical rise in a particular month. The first line lists the 3 stars, which have the helical rise in the first month of the year, Nisanu, which is associated with the vernal equinox. In the second line, 3 other stars are listed, with a helical rise in the second month, Ayaru, and so on.
It also appears in the Enuma Elish. Marduk made the stations for the great gods, the stars, their images, as the stars of the zodiac, he fixed. He ordained the year, and into sections he divided it. For the 12 months he fixed 3 stars. He fixed the station of Nibiru to determine their bounds, that none might go beyond or fall short. Nibiru determines the limits of other planetary movements, and is positioned at a critical point in the solar system. We see it in a Babylonian star catalog called Astrolabe B. The red star, which stands in the south after the gods of the night have finished.
I want you to understand what it said, so that none would go too far. None of the planets would go too far. All right? Hope y'all caught that. Let's keep watching. We're going to show you something.
To their task, dividing the sky in half. This star is Nibiru Marduk. It's a red celestial body. This suggests a reddish-hued planet, star, or large comet. It divides the sky in half. This could mean it crosses an important celestial boundary, like the ecliptic. In later texts, especially from the Neo-Babylonian period 600 BC, Nibiru is used as a name for Jupiter, Marduk's planet. One of the main counter-arguments is that Nibiru was just Jupiter. But if that's the case, why did Babylonian astronomers sometimes distinguish between Nibiru and Jupiter? In some tablets, Nibiru is clearly used interchangeably with Jupiter. In other texts, Nibiru is described separately as a moving, crossing body. This suggests that Nibiru was something different from the regular planetary names. Could it be a planetary object that only appeared in certain cycles? Could it be a celestial event that was misinterpreted over time? Could it be a planet with an extreme elliptical orbit that only comes close occasionally? To find out, we must keep digging.
Well, of course, it doesn't look like that, y'all. Nibiru is actually a spaceship-like planet.
For centuries, the gods of old ruled unchallenged. Enlil, the master of the earth. Anu, the king of the heavens. Their dominion was law, their hierarchy set in stone. But in the shifting sands of time, power is never eternal. And from the depths of the waters, a new name emerged. Marduk. He was the son of Enki, the god of wisdom and creation. But destiny is not written by the past. It is forged in fire, war.
So the one of wisdom, right? So he taught you stuff that was wrong. He didn't teach you anything that was good. And anything he taught you was obviously bad. Teach you fake technology, fake gifts, things of that. Now, the reason we're showing you is we ain't gonna go any further. We don't really need to at this point. All right? Let's jump over here. We're gonna jump to this. Hold on. I'm about to share it. Hold on, y'all. Because we're gonna get to the meat. All right. Get to the meat here. Hold on. Let me jump back, man. There we go. All right, cool. If you don't know what you're looking at is the real map of all the districts. As you can see, you're not seeing the whole thing. We will show you. Obviously, is the map of all the districts. It's said to make sure you don't go too far so you don't rise above them. In other words, what they're trying to say is they're trying to keep you in the prison that all the rest of them is put in. All right, and that's why we have to show you this, because our planet is supposed to get away from these planets, all the bad ones. We call it an alternate universe where they get stuck in the old shit and we go all to the new shit and they get screwed over. Or this planet heals itself and we get all the good stuff and they get trapped in the bad alternate reality, dealing with all the problems they have to deal with forever, and will never have to deal with these things and see them ever again. That's what it means. They don't want you to separate. Separated also not just meant separated from this people. Antidote meant separated, all right, from the system. So now you start to see what's going on. Brother, you got your maps up too? Brother T?
No, I don't have them up. No, I don't have them up.
You want to, can you by any chance on your phone or anything?
Pull them up real quick. Huh?
Can you grab them on your phone?
Yeah, I'm going to pull them up right now. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I didn't know you. My bad. Let me pull them up real quick.
You're doing a good job teaching, bro.
Yeah, you are. All right, I got both of them up. I got both of them. The other one too that you don't have on the screen.
All right, yeah, because that gives the names. All right, cool. We gonna
the people where each people come from. Yeah,
that's right. Now we have we got name off.
I got them up, brother.
Me too. All right, cool. We're gonna name off where the people off. Now hold on, y'all. Obviously, the deeper you go, you will see there's more. We have the basis. Can you zoom very good in to see even the smaller planets? I can show the smaller planets.
Me?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show. I
can see them pretty good. I got it. You know, whatever you need me to do, brother.
The Nibiru is right over there too.
That's right. So
right, Nibiru is the biggest one, the biggest district.
Yeah,
so that's
the biggest district. Yep.
Now on the other map that is not up on the screen, that particular district is the area of these black demons that be trying to stop us. Now they call these black demons, which you need to understand, custodians. This is why we have to understand who these people are. We have to get down to their real names. These are the custodians. Enki and all these guys were black reptilian custodians who made a black man child trying to copy us, right? Who also is a black reptilian. The black Amors are black reptilians. Their daddies are black tall reptilians. You see? Hold on now. Now we're gonna keep going on the map. Now check this. I want y'all to peek this real quick, right? Hold on. Let's go to make sure I got it right. All right, so right here is Earth. Now they do a hijack to say the humans are there, right? But that's not the case, because if we go catty corner, which I will do right now. Let me see. Boom. Hold on.
Go up top to your left. Top left. Right there. Go straight on up. Straight up. Nope. You were there. The one that's at the top of the pyramid right there, the humans. Right? Go up to your left.
The humans are there. But I'm trying to go, but that's not weird. They lied. They put a hijack on it. I'm trying to show them where it says clones.
Oh, it's over there at the bottom right. It's at the bottom right down there.
That's right here.
The land of clones. Yeah, right there.
This is the land of the clones as colonials. The clones, their children, they cloned. They was not cloned here. That would be Eden. All right. So this means they had to bring these children from here, but they had to come out from here to invade here to bring them here. Why they don't want you to go too far? Because if you go too far, you will rise up to your planet will rise up, and the planet can only exist in here. If you don't know where these gangsters are, that's where all our family, these guys, all our families at. See, these are different areas. This is where all the light is at. That's the stuff they don't understand that they can't go to. They don't want you to go there, but they can't go there. So the reason they keep pushing religion on you and keep doing what they like to call a reset, which is basically causing Armageddon by getting the children to cause it. Since the children want to cause it, they're having their counterparts try to cause it. This is why we have to fight. We cannot let them do that. All right. If you go further up, right here. What's that one, brother?
Which one? Which one you looking at? I'm looking at the screen,
brown.
and I'm looking at which one?
The brown one. One.
The brown one right there. That is hold on one second, sir. It is the one that's got all the brown stuff around it, right?
Right.
That is called Anunnaki's land.
All right.
Sea of Horrors. It's Anunnaki's land, Sea of Horrors.
Anunnaki's supposed to understand for the brown. He's supposed to own.
And the brown is the lords of Seth around the Anunnaki land.
Exactly.
Oh, you talking about that brown over there on that side? I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the tan up there. My bad, brother. This one is called the lands of Jupiter.
Uh-huh.
The other name, let me give it to you here. Okay, my bad, brother. That's called the Jupiterians. Jupiter Knights. Jupiter Knights. That's the area that brown is in.
So now you know when they come
Land
with
of
this
Jupiter.
night.
Yeah.
All right. Jupiter Knights and this Knights and that Knights in the Bible, they ain't talking about you. When you see where these folks come from, and the name gives them away. So we know that the Anunnaki were actually the custodians. We understand they were black, tall beings who had no royal blood. We kicked them out. We had a beef with them. They broke into our other sector to try to attack us on our lower selves. Our vacation home that turned it into a pure, terrible hell that we're about to turn back to a heaven and then boot them out to a terrible land. That's the punishment he has to deal with. They know they have to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. All right. So this means he's trying to stop you from the planet superseding on a high vibration that it has to go where? Be one to the place it was with from the beginning. They always tell you that at one point that God was on earth or God was with earth, right? That just means that your planet was in its proper place. We're supposed to be on the outside of everything. God's supposed to be outside of everything. And excuse the pagan word, but they were supposed to be outside looking in. So when they attacked, they built what you call the web. Electronic web around all these planets to make a planetary, because there's more than one planet, prison. Now we go to the brown right here. Go ahead, brother. What's that one?
The brown one, right there is Jupiterianites. Which one? Where you at? I'm looking at it. Where you point? Put your pointer where you talking about?
The top one with the brown.
Top one above it.
Yeah,
top of the brown is all the way up to where the Damians or the Talons.
The preset.
Preset.
Or the Seth.
I'm not sure. Put your Seth, land of Seth. You talking about the 10? Okay, I see where you think it there. Okay, right there. Let me get up there, brother. That one is called that one. Okay, that's in the Gunans.
All right, the Gunans. And where's the Seth at?
Seth is down there. We're in the human section with the tan around all that planet. That
right
tan
here.
part all around the planet.
So that's
down
Seth.
to your right. Right there. That's Seth. The brown, the tan part around that planet is called Land of Seth. The tan part.
Oh, the tan part. So around here, Seth, the snake.
Yeah, Land of
They
Seth.
want you to think you come from Seth, but then you find out Seth is the snake. What's the snake doing around the Garden of Eden?
Right.
Making cabbage patch
around both Earths.
Uh-huh.
It's around
Yeah.
both Earths. Yeah.
Right, even the new Earth. This tells you that they are not just attacked our planet, they have attacked. Now, some of these guys on the planets are down with them, don't get it wrong, but they attacked all these planets. Now, I can tell you that you have to recognize I mean, just in this corner, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 planets. Those are the small ones. If I go further down, you got 3 more here, 1 on here. Then you got the ones you can see, right? But you can see these if you find a way to zoom in. Okay, so they've been lying, and they want to keep you in this binary prison planets so that you don't go out.
So you don't ascend. Yeah. Yep.
Because you supposed to say God is on the outside of all the planets. We know he ain't God because he locked in. He's in the prison. He can't get out. He's pretending to be God. You see that? On our planet sits higher than him. We are the only ones with the planet as it goes on a high vibration. We vibrate high with it and go to where we're supposed to be at. Our planet will be out here, and we'll be the ones on the outside looking in. We'll be outside of everything, not dealing with none of these guys. So if people talk about Most High and talk about this and that, you're only talking about us. As long as you
man. Check this out, bro. You keep that thought, but this gonna be real quick. You know, that's why the also scriptures say it just came to me. That scriptures say that Satan say he's gonna build his kingdom above the Most High's kingdom and declare himself as God. And my thing is this here is I say, well, shit, who kingdom is we living in?
Well,
So he already in his kingdom, and then in his kingdom is above the great one's kingdom, which is us.
But when you look at the map,
that what you just said, that goes with that, man.
When you look at the map, this planet is under us, which means he's beneath us.
Right.
That's why they say when you looking up, you're really looking down. So they tricked us. That's why it says don't look up, because you're looking down when you look up.
So when we walking around with our heads down, we supposed to be that's because we so burdened down with life itself. You know how sometimes you just catch yourself walking with your head down. Motherfucker gotta tell you, nigga, lift your head up. You know, damn, my fault, my bad. You know what I'm saying? It be that gangsters out here, man.
Well, see, there's a thing. They want you looking up. Ain't no portal up, because you want a portal up, that takes technology. We have natural portals, so only portals are straight ahead.
Straight ahead, huh? Reverse psychology on that ass, huh?
You know, you walk through them, the psychology, exactly. Or you go down into the ocean when the bottom of the ocean is not a bottom, it's another portal. So looking up is looking down. When you look down in the ocean, you're looking up. When you're looking straight ahead, you're looking in the right direction because you're not maybe thinking about it, but if you're going to run into a portal, it'll be someplace straight ahead.
Can I add something to what you guys are talking about, if I may?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all remember when they was filming all those different ships and chariots coming out the waters like a month or so ago or whatever, when them drones and when the whole thing, it was a lot going on that people don't know about. But you know what I'm talking about, when they were coming out the water and people saying they seen stuff coming out the waters and this and the other. See, a lot of the worlds and the orbs and everything. A lot of it's not even
are different than
it's
other
not even
stuff
above. It's most of it is in the waters or spread out across this plane like this. See, what people fail to realize, I don't even know what they realize. I can't say that. But what this depiction is, based off of what they studied, that we have here, it says 178 worlds under the Great Dome.
That's a lot of worlds, man.
Exactly. They told us it was 12.
Think about that. Everybody is under this great dome, and nobody can get past that dome. It's at like the Bible called it, the firmament.
The firm, but that firmament gonna crack one day, and that's when all hell gonna break loose.
This is exactly why every other planet is watching us, waiting for us to do what we're gonna do. They know what we're gonna do. They're waiting for it, because as long as we not have done what we're gonna do, they stuck in here. Some of these planets were not supposed to be in this thing either. These are some of these beings, besides certain ones we can point and name out, was supposed to be in their own realm, mind the business. We ain't talking about the ones that made the deal with them. We know the ones that made the deal with them is always in the bottom around there. Those are the ones that made the deal with them. That whole sector on the very bottom. They
Yeah,
got
we
the
talked about that.
and these guys, they got the deal with them. We didn't make a deal. The children made a deal. They made a deal over here. That deal don't count for over here, so they had to steal it. Right? So now brings me to submarines. Spaceship is a type of submarine. It's a piece of technology that goes to and fro, which means it can go into high orbit, which is water. If you go above that water, you see more planets. He has tried to invade other planets. He has not been successful. I think they talked about that a minute ago. All right, now, but they can go under the water, which means you see all this water. There's a lot of water, right, y'all?
Yep.
Around all these districts.
Water.
This
everywhere.
is how he travels from district to district. This is why they go in the water and out the water. He leaves this district and goes to another district. He's causing problems all these places except for the ones he's cool with, and they just doing business deals causing more problems. But the ones he's not cool with, he's trying to do the same thing there that he's done here. And this is why they're all watching us, waiting for us to bust that ass. Because when we bust that ass, we're not just freeing ourselves. We're freeing all the other beings that are good too. All the bad beings will be separated. That's why the scriptures say those who are good stay good and those who are bad stay bad. Because there's going to be a separation. The separation is transfer of planetary, transfer of energy, transfer of our planet vibing on a higher level and we are to it transfers or turns into a better place where they can't live and they get stuck in a bad alternate reality.
Well, see, this the thing. I hear all that, man. That's the same shit that they talking about in the Christians and all these other religions. But they be calling that shit rapture and shit. Gonna be raptured up, taken up.
We ain't gonna do the rapture. See, we understand, and the blink and eye will be changed, but that's because our DNA will be activated. That's not much of a change.
Yeah.
That's just a natural occurrence that happens every so many trillions of years and happens each time. Right?
I ain't talking about us, Nick. I'm talking about them. Shit, I don't be no rapture shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking, man. I just talk. Hey, we gotta come in all directions.
Yeah, they do that bullshit. We know the rapture's bullshit, though. We know the rapture's bullshit. That's what
the trumpet. I was driving maybe a day or so ago, and I got to thinking about something about the blowing of the trumpet and the dead in Christ and those remaining will be called up. I said, God damn, man, that's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers to be called up. I ain't saying that to be funny, but shit, it was some way before us. If that's the time the trumpet blows, so I'm thinking about how many motherfuckers have passed on way before we got here, because ain't no trumpet blow then.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I think some shit that they put in there.
Well, here's the thing. That scripture, the trumpet, is when their spaceship blows a trumpet. Some folks already heard something loud noise a couple of times.
That shit sound like that. Sound like nib. So a lot of motherfuckers say that sound like nibru. Nibru, whatever you call that motherfucker. I ain't lying, man.
Well, it's a spaceship. The spaceship has a horn.
Shit, Rap used to call that motherfucker the gates of hell.
It's just a spaceship.
It's
a spaceship.
Mr. News. That news, yeah, man.
Comes with a binary system, that's all. But what I'm trying to say is, right, so the devil's kingdom is only Nibiru.
Say what now?
The devil's kingdom is only Nibiru. He don't own shit. He got deals with these guys and they still all own their shit. He only owns Nibiru. He masquerades like he owns everything.
Yeah, from the explanation and describing of the planet ship they got, I guess other shit trickery is a motherfucker.
Well, if you read Noah's description, it tells you spaceship. Everybody think it's a boat. When you actually go and actually draw it out, it makes a spaceship. And Noah was white like one of them. So we already know what that was.
Yeah, but look at the trauma that motherfucker come with. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, people got to see what it is.
Yeah, the trauma. See, we as a people, we ain't ready for that trauma, bro. Shit, that's why I said it's gonna be such a time like never a time before. Shit, can you imagine a time before or whatever? That's gonna be some bad shit, bro.
Well, they got to deal with that. It's their punishment. It ain't our punishment.
See, we just can't talk about our blessings. We got to talk about punishments too.
Yeah, they got punishment. We just need to get out the way. They got to deal with
Well,
their pappy. They made a deal with their pappy, and the end game is their pappy want to eat him. We got to get out the way and let him have his lunch, and then we gonna bust his ass.
well, yeah, we know that, man. Shit, we need to be taught. We need to be known how to get out that goddamn way. You know, we can
Also,
always bring dialogue and shit. Let's give them something to get out their way. Shit, fuck them.
well,
I don't like them. I call them thieves, man. These motherfuckers, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. These
the book,
motherfuckers find a way to put their motherfucking hands in your pocket.
the book said they
Fuck
steal
you,
from
bro.
us. That's what the book said. The book says we'll get robbed, and we got robbed.
Man, hey,
But now
man,
it's about the
shit. I'm talking about now in this present time, nigga. When you go to work, when you go to the grocery store, nigga, they rob 'em like a motherfucker. And when they bring this direct with this digital currency, a lot of niggas gonna be fucked, man. They ain't gonna have no choice because they don't know, and they gonna run to this motherfucker. I'm telling them stay away from it. That's all I'm saying, man.
I'm
Fuck this
confused.
system, huh?
A lot of people are simply gonna walk
A
out.
lot
The
of
book,
people don't know, man. A lot of people
they
don't
need
know
to
this
know.
beast system.
The
Yeah,
ones
they
that
do.
don't know, the ones, our people that don't know, our people
Everybody
that
supposed
our
to get.
people. The book says he will get none of us. Our people will not get got with that. They will walk out when all
Yeah, that's
said
what
and
I'm
done.
saying. Other
So
people,
it's going to be the Gentiles' punishment. They need to get punished.
So yeah, the Gentiles do. That's what I've been telling motherfuckers. They motherfucker. What makes the motherfuckers think that they can do all this havoc and all these acts that they use infiltrate through television. You know, Satan controls the airways.
They only doing what the
And
devil told them. They doing
huh?
what they doing with the custodians right there in New Barrel. This what this guy told them to do. He's the real enemy.
Yeah, I
This the
know.
guy is the problem. He's the one
Okay, yeah,
pulling
we
all
know
the
it's a.
strings. So
We
now
know
we
he's a
at the point.
problem.
Hold on. We at the point where our planet Earth right here is about to be over here, outside of all this. He's over here trying to stop that because his backup plan with these guys didn't work. The clones. So that's why
They gonna talk about my people.
a lot of people. See, so
I mean that, man.
the ones that believe the lie, they will be reborn under one of us, under one of our seeds. See, the Hebrews be copying a lot of our shit. So whoever's going to be coming to the new earth, because some of us are going to choose just to go home.
You say who gonna be copying what? Because you static
The
killed on my end.
The Hebrews copy a lot of our shit.
The Hebrews?
Yes, the Hebrews, the Israelites, the fucking black Moors, the reptilians. They copy a lot of our shit. Right?
Okay.
So remember when you read their story, it still fucking goes along with some of the timeline of our story, although they twist it. So since they're back at them plan, now we're gonna be doing war with these guys. And this is why knowing about all these different things is so important. I'm saying it to drive a point to the people. Because a lot of our people don't want to talk about it or think it's fear factor, but it's not. We're giving you the raw down real. We're giving you the straight keys. If he's able to dive under the ocean and come back onto another piece of the ocean inside his dome, he can go anywhere and cause us trouble. We're the saviors of all the universe. We're supposed to be saving all the good ones of all this. And because we came back so many times and we said it so many times and we didn't know it was him doing it, he was able to do it. But now we know. That's why it's the last time. We never knew it was always him causing all this. The Great Flood, he caused that. The first natural disaster not reported anywhere in the Bible or Sumerian text. Actually, it is mentioned in the Sumerian text. He caused that. That's when it talks about how they tried to get this planet plenty times and the ship got destroyed by asteroids. And they had to come with the weapon of renown, which is a nuke. So even our planet is above his kingdom. His kingdom is below us, which means we're better than him. But we're still supposed to be outside of this. If we're the saviors, we're the Christ, right? We're the quote unquote gods. We're the angelic beings, 33 ether-like beings, the father super abilities. We need to also start realizing that we're not here to fight and worry about these little tiny pume clones. That's not where the battle's at. Their daddy's gonna beat them up. We need to get ready, because that's why he wants Armageddon, to bring them back. He gets rid of them, there's less people. Then he thinks he can take us on head on. But right now it's fuck around and find out season. So he gonna find out. So we have to start realizing we here to fight these guys. That's the enemy. Not the distraction of the clones and anything else. He's the guy. And he's black like us.
Clones. Explain to me, clone. Because if my mind thinking what you're talking about, I'm gonna agree.
Planet on the screen. The clone is all the outside nations.
Shit, I'm talking about out here in this world today.
Was the Black Amor's planet. The clone planet was the Garden of Eden. The clone planet was the Black Amors, and then the Black Amors made a whole bunch of other shit. And then they all came here with spells and witchcraft, because when the devil came from Nibiru right here directly, we whooped his ass. That's after he caused the first disaster. And we failed greatly, and he still couldn't beat our ass. So we had to break the clones and come with witchcraft and spells. They wasn't a threat. We were way bigger than them. They were like grasshoppers to us. They came from a planet with way less freaking how I say it, what's the word? Oxygen. So therefore they was a lot smaller.
Oxygen.
So when they telling us these stories, man, they're not even giving us the full story. And what you do is you discover where these motherfuckers come from, and it exposes their whole story. Now you can see just from the videos the motherfuckers beneath us. Everybody saying you look up, you're looking down, right? It's a projection off the dome. And you realize you've seen a projection off the dome, which is underneath you. He's not even up there. When he invades, he's going to come from under the ocean and then go in the sky and pretend that he came from the sky. Now, he already did that a long time ago, if you didn't know. That's why he's right behind the sun. He's been right behind the sun for the longest time. That little middle point in the sun, that's him behind the sun. That's where Nibiru is at right now, behind the sun. This is why, and it has his own sun as well. It has two suns, his binary system. And this is why y'all have seen three suns. But those other two suns have combined to one sun on the earth, which means that his planetary system is gone to no longer exist. Now he knows this. So he wants to gain control, complete control of Earth, because the Earth is his last stand. Nibiru was going to be gone. No sun, no life. Both of those suns got absorbed onto Earth. And our planet has been going further out. So this map, we most likely not in the same spot. We've been going further out near the wall, the real wall. The ice you see around each planet is an ice wall, but you can walk through. See, that's ground you can walk through. That's a passageway, or this is a gateway of the ocean you can float through to get out. On this side, same thing. It's showing little cuts where you can float through, and on this side, I think that's land you can walk through. A lot of these guys, if you don't know, the birth certificates, the ones that are pale-faced, they said they simply walk through a gate. Now you know what they talking about. They walk through. How? If you walk through Nibiru, well, let's go to their side where they walk through. Because if you walk through Nibiru, you can walk from one place on land to Earth, or to that area, which is their Seth people, right? Now, you take them, this is the ocean, that's the water. They can walk outside the brown land. They can go ahead and walk onto this other land right here, right? And then it seems at some point that there are cities along the way. So they ain't gonna starve. They could go ahead and cut through this way and cut right through and walk right to Earth. But see, they didn't do that because they came on a spaceship. That's why they had to give you Noah. They escaped with a spaceship, came back on a spaceship. You guys don't want anything you want to say, add to anything? Enlighten some of the people?
I'm good. I'm good, bro. You doing a great job.
All right. Well, I just figured they might want to hear y'all.
What's that, brother?
Oh, he's up there. He got bounced out. Hey, you want to add anything? I feel like you got bounced out. I put you back in.
No, man. Hey, cause I would say everything that you said already, so I'm good. I ain't gonna repeat it because the thing is, I'm gonna say this: if a person don't see the truth by now, I don't care where they at, I don't care what walk of life they come from, color, shape, size, whatever. It doesn't matter. If an individual can't see the truth with all the evidence, the receipts of everything that's been going on, this is the year of exposure and truth. If they can't get it by then, I don't know what to tell you. They're not gonna get it. That's just it. They just not gonna get it. Because if a person want to know the truth about something, they can find it. They can research and find it. They can dig deep, because this is the time where all the books have been released. You know what I mean? All the ancient text has been released that was put in caves and written on the cave walls and tablets, and you know what I mean? These things were written 30, 40,000 years ago on stone tablets. And then everything they giving us now, it ain't no older than 2,000 or 3,000 years old. So how you gonna negate the evidence of what the earth is producing to everybody, and stuff is happening just like what it says, but then some people come in and do a remix on the story for their benefit.
Right.
That's what happened. They did a remix, bro. A falsified remix.
Taking our fame
because
for
the
glory,
evidence is there. Huh?
Right.
That's it.
What'd you say, brother?
I say taking our fame for glory.
That's correct.
Yeah. That's exactly what they did.
They want to masquerade themselves higher than us because they know who we are, and they do everything just like their daddy to do it.
Right.
Because shit.
But now his clones are saying, give them the land back. To that head devil. That's the problem. And this is why he's trying to cause. See, the Armageddon is not supposed to happen. He's telling them to cause it to try to stop us. So he always trying to be us. And then when he see that he can't win, he tried to stop the game. That's like you playing spades or one of those card games. I don't do that no more, but back in the days I would play. Right? And then you get the better of me and I flip the table and run off. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, nigga got shot back there doing some shit like that.
Yeah, back then, yeah. But that's basically what that is. And just like you said, back then you get some shit like that. Well, that's basically what it did to us. So he don't want us to rise because he don't want to get shot.
Mm-hmm. Hey, remember that the old leaders used to say we've been bamboozled. Led astray. Boy, they was telling the truth, boy. They was telling the truth. And as soon as they started telling that truth, they took them boys out, man.
Mm-hmm.
They took not them boys, the men. They were men. They took them men out.
Well, this is why a lot of folks like Marcus Garvey and a lot of other folks who saying the same shit that we saying now, they killed them.
All of them. Every single one of them. But now, see, back then, all this stuff wasn't exposed. You see what I'm saying? But according to the ancient text, it was a certain time period that everything was going to be brought out to the light anyway. We're in that time frame right now. We're in the year. People must understand it. I hope they get it. I hope they get it. I hope they get it. This is the year that everything is being exposed.
Year of exposure.
People are waking up. Those that are going to wake up is going to wake up this year.
The rest of
them. We ain't got too many more years, bro.
No, we don't. This thing is over with, man.
That's why I say a select few.
If they knew how short a time we would, man, people would start changing their ways immediately if they choose to.
Yeah,
if it's in their heart to do it.
That's why I say it's a select few.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know a lot of people ain't gonna be able to let go because shit, they ain't gonna be able to want to let go of worldly possession, carnal, physical things.
Well, see, the good thing for them is that we don't leave food behind. The sad thing about them is that when we are kings and shit, and you know what I mean, they gonna be one of our little babies.
Yeah, I remember reading some shit. I remember reading that, man.
So they're not even gonna. They'll be in the kingdom because we all have our own kingdoms.
Yeah, but they'll be slaves, but you know it wouldn't be like the way the world did it. You know, they be, you know what I'm saying. I think that's how it'll be.
The outside nations, none of the outside nations is coming. We don't need slaves. They're not coming, bro. Yeah, bro. The Bible told us to wipe them all out. Why are we keeping slaves? Now we trying to vanish them like we did to Pops and vanish them too. So we don't need
hard-headed, and now look what happened.
Right. We don't need no slaves. It's just our folks who believe in that bullshit, the lie. When they pass away, they'll be reborn under somebody who didn't believe the lie, somebody who made it, and they'll be in your kingdom, my kingdom, somebody's kingdom, one of our kingdom. But they won't. It's like saying you don't get to enjoy the kingdom really because you have no control of the kingdom. You feel me? Your pops got control of the kingdom. Your mom's got control of the kingdom. You really have no say. You're just the person they masquerade around as Prince fucking such and such or Queen. You know what I'm saying? Princess such and such. You just look pretty and don't say shit. You're meant to be seen and spoken when spoken to. Because that's how it was back then. So it's kind of like they get like, what they call that? A runner-up. They get a runner-up bonus. And as we teach them, we have to teach them everything right. Because we're going to be educating our own people as babes, the one that's born. The ones that adults already going to know. We're going to be educating our people as babies. And as 1-year-old, 2-year-old, we're going to give them the real education. What's really going on? What's the real? Who they really are? How do you fucking levitate? How you fly? How you disappear? We're going to teach them the real stuff. How you master technology beyond belief that nothing in any universe can compare to us. How do you master your inside abilities to the point that you don't even need technology? That's the stuff we're going to be teaching them. And then because they've been taught so much, they're going to learn more, and they'll be teaching us when we get older, as we are on our way to go back home. We only had to fucking get everything back the way it used to be before somebody interrupted the party. What's that say on the bottom, y'all? Hold on, put it on the screen. Can y'all see that?
Nah, I can't see that.
Shit.
What it say? It say, what about the
ones that already
ascend?
Already what?
Ascend.
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 Ascend, you know, elevate. What about the ones that's already done elevated? Ascended, yeah.
Well, here's one thing. We are ancestors, and we are in a lot of places. We've been ascended. We ascended a long time ago. It's just when you see graves and all these things that we're dealing with now, that's our enemy. They've time traveled and we ran it so many times to try to reverse it. This is their last reverse. They're not getting no more reverses. So you're gonna see your ascension once we go or levitate to where this planet is obviously where it's supposed to be, or another planet is better than this planet and they get stuck in this planet. It's gonna be either one. But either way, they get stuck in reality. Right. So you're living in the past because they went back to the past. Our real self is in the future. That's why they say this isn't real. We're not even here. We're not even fucking here. We're in the future. Yeah. We just live in the past because he came to the past. That's what happens. That's why you're not supposed to go to the past, because you're trying to change history. Now, that is against the universal law. This is why he has to pay. He still hasn't learned his lesson. But this time, he will not even interfere. All the interference is done. There's been a flag on a play.
Right.
You understand? I understand what you mean by past one. You understand what you mean by past one?
Yo, who?
Past one? I don't understand what he means. He says past one.
Let me see.
Past one.
Past one. I'm not sure what that is, bro.
What do you mean, brother? What do you mean by past one? We trying to figure out exactly what you mean. Oh, he means past life. Yeah, we're living in the past life, but this is the past. Those ways of white people traveling in the past to try to undo what's done. It's all hell for them in the future, bro. They're going back to Nibiru on a spaceship. They're going back to the planet of clones. They're going back to the places they made deals at, and they're getting kicked out this round. And then we're freeing all the folks, but after the war, people are going to be free because the electric grid goes down. That's what the grid is for, to keep you stuck here. The grid goes down. People's planet elevate because they're going to start thinking on a higher level because they're having a problem doing that now, just like here, because of what he did there. He and the reptilians, which they all one and the same, have taken over many planets and done this to many planets. And that's why everybody's watching us. Passed on. Well, it all depends what they believed on. Y'all want to answer this one? I kind of answered already, but
man, I don't see nothing.
I'm about to put it up there. Oh, I answered the question. All right, you got it.
You answered it.
I see you text that I answered the question already. Well, kinda. All right, that depends. Well, I did answer it, but still, might as well go ahead and re-innovate it. Y'all want to? I mean, y'all know I answered it. Y'all want to answer it again for him?
Nah, man, shit, you did an excellent job, bro.
Right, you sure did, man. Go ahead, brother. Do your thing.
It's time to speak and it's time to be quiet. Yeah.
All right. So, if somebody passed on and they believe in religion, they're going to have to be born into a family of one of us. Now, there's some that have already came back here, and they're most likely, if you have children, and others have children, somebody has children in family, sister, whatever, sometimes some of them seem to act like your grandpa or act like somebody you knew, and you see close relatives of how they acting, and you like, grandpa used to do that. That's because you holding grandpa in your hands. That's grandpa came back. And whenever grandpa, either you teach him right, if you don't learn right, then when he goes away, he's going to be reborn into the family again. It's just that we're not going to be inside of this. We're not going to be, we'll always be born into the family because you got to come from the same seed. You can't enter the seed that you're not a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't like, universal life was even for us. We can look at all the planets. We was not getting involved with the planets, but we was on the outside of all the planets. But we never violated that law. We chose a place, made a place, therefore would not be violating it. And then sent some of our people there. By natural ability, when it says the spirit goes over the earth, talking about us, we're the spirit. When it says God, it's talking about you sent yourself over the earth, the spirit. The great all-knowing spirit, as our ancestors would call him. They weren't called God. They knew God was in with the devil. They would call it the great all-knowing spirit. We understand our ancestors are part of us and they're everywhere, just like we're here and we're also in the future. So we're not really here, everywhere but nowhere, right?
I ain't gonna say right, man. That was like
What?
Nothing, man.
Say what you gotta say. I you know what I'm saying? They need to hear stuff.
Yeah, oh man, you talking about? I'm still trying to figure out this shit about when the motherfuckers say we ain't really here.
All right. You know,
hey, but I know atoms and shit, and I know, I ain't no smart person, but I be damn, boy, trickery is a motherfucker to me.
Well, what did the great prophet say to describe this reality that we in? It's not a reality.
It's not reality. Yeah, yeah.
But how he described it though, he described it better than just saying it.
He did what?
Described it better than he was saying it.
So
The substance. He talked about the substance. The substance would be an atom. Atom would be a liquid, a solid, a liquid that appears solid, but it's not. So the substance that seems real, but feels real, but is not. He told you that we're not even here.
That's what I'm
real.
saying. That's what I'm saying. They say we ain't here, but goddamn, boy.
Well, it feels real. It seems real.
Real
but
than
it's
a
not.
motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's not. And really, we're in the future, and we live in the past because the devils have the enemies. Devil means enemies, y'all. Keep traveling to the past, which is the last time to do this, to try to change the past that they'll never change, as in the Yesterday War. They made Yesterday War because they keep coming against us, trying to beat us. But in the Yesterday War, we always know what they're going to do, and they never win. That was a big movie in theaters. You also watched the Yesterday War, watched the Forever War and the Yesterday War. That was about us against them. They made us look like fucking demon bugs and shit. And basically it was calling us a computer program.
You say demon bugs?
Yeah, they had us looking like demon bugs. You know they gotta freaking make the good guy look bad.
No shit. Hey, take me them 2 movies, man. I'm gonna have to watch that shit.
I will. Everybody should watch those 2. Matter of fact, everybody should watch that Something Mars movie you told me about.
The who?
That Something Mars movie you told me about.
Something Mars.
Something Mars. Something Vino. Something Mars. Some movie about it was like the dude who was a devil, but he was like had blonde hair. He was trying to kidnap the prince to marry her to make his kingdom come. And in the movie, he confessed that he believes a lie is necessary.
Shit.
It's the one you told me about.
No shit. I told you about a lot of movies, but shit, okay.
Yeah.
Shit, it's good though, man.
He said he'd been having crazy dreams.
But he did great, bro. That map, I kind of liked. I really got a good opportunity to look at this map you sent me, but I did look at it, and I know I saw Big Ed Nibiru.
Did I send you both maps?
Huh?
Did I send you both maps side by side?
Oh shit! No, you probably did, man. I ain't even. I'm just looking at this one here. That's the first one, because I'm looking at it on my phone, so I have to enlarge it and all that old shit.
All right. Yeah, we got them side by side too. We can put that on the screen too. We got them side by side so that people can. That's gonna be kind of complicated. I'll figure it out. But basically,
yeah, but I seen them. I had to zoom in. I seen. I mean, damn, I can't hardly see it now, but shit. I seen that shit, man. I'm like, damn, okay. That was something new.
Right.
As a matter of fact, it looked real. Like we have
who's still trying? V. Yeah, that's a movie.
Huh?
He was talking about V. But yeah, no, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that later. I want to hear what you were saying. The
V.
map. Yeah,
It's just like the little map. That map you was talking about, man. You sent me, and it's like ain't no different than a map over here as you look at over here to go from here to California, wherever you want to go in this over here.
Right. You can go anywhere you want to go.
All these different states and cities and all that. And that's what this map kind of remind me was, but this at a whole different level.
Right.
Dealing with other worlds.
Check this. Truth be told, if one was desperate enough, they could simply walk out.
So
way out. You
But,
feel me?
but who had enough knowledge to get a picture of the world map? Not talking about the like Nibiru, the planetary map.
The planetary map. Well, we all know.
Who would have enough knowledge to?
Well, we all know that devil only talking about 12 planets because he was trying to figure out the rest of the planets when he came down. He didn't have all the rest of these planets under control. He didn't have a web.
This knowledge, let me say this. This knowledge was given to a guy years and years ago. He wrote a book about it, and he put everything in there that his knowledge was given to him. But he also had cross-referenced it. They let him know that all this is already in those ancient scripts.
That's
I'm
correct.
just giving it to you now. So they told him to go back and research what they given to him now, and everything was 100% fact check. So what this map is really about is the ancient ones wrote it down, did everything, and then gave it to a guy in our time. But they ended up getting rid of him because he was giving too much truth.
Right. When we say ancient ones, we talking about one of our people. There's been they're not
This
posted.
map is in the old text and stuff, man.
Yeah, it's in old text.
Yep.
Also,
Everything.
when we say who invented the map, we know they never invented anything. They copycat. So we already know who invented
They
everything.
just copied it. Yeah. Copy and remix. That's their MO. MO. Copy and remix.
So that means this also proves who were the real space travelers. Because how would you know unless you travel space? Because a black man, for the sake of conversation, right, was the one that made this map. So we were the space travelers. We was on the outside, but space travelers, overseeing everything, but not getting
Hey, you
involved.
see, check this out. Not trying to cut you off, Mr. New, but check this out. I just want to touch on this because a lot of people, we've been raised, on the word, and that's all good and fine. Some of it is true and some of it ain't. I just keep it like that, 100. But here's the thing. The book of Enoch, they didn't put the book of Enoch in there. But the book of Enoch was seeing these places. He was shown all these different places. That's what he was trying to describe to everybody. And they didn't want nobody to know.
Correct. Yeah,
that's why they took the book out. Because if we knew all this stuff, we wouldn't be oppressed and wouldn't be mentally in bondage.
Well, even when that
they
story,
can control the people. Right.
True. And then even that story, where they're texting the brimstone
They put a
book,
little remix on it, but most of it is true.
well, remember the prophet got to see the pits of hell? So all those the 12 planets that are from Venus and Nibiru and beside it that's below Earth, those planets and the little tiny ones that are actually way more than 12 because there's more. Those planets right there would be the pits of hell that the prophet seen. He said demons one all not like any other.
Right. And it's right below us.
Mm-hmm.
It's right below the human realm. The human realm is those three planets that are shaped like a triangle. And then you got the three hellish looking planets below it that are bigger.
Exactly.
You got brown around one and then black around one. About around both of them actually, because the Nibiru got black and brown. Notice it's kind of depicting like the Nibiru control those other two.
Yeah, because it controlled the other two. And then when we actually realized that the clones were over, let's blow it up here,
over in the clone
out here, then this would be the human planet right here, because this was not the human planet. This was planet Key, right? Now they call this place Earth, right? If you look up Earth and find out what Earth means and all the different meanings that it gets to, it comes down to.
Blow it up, brother.
Huh?
Blow it up bigger so they can see what you're talking about. Blow it up a little bigger. On that second Earth down there.
What, this
the
one?
Land of the Clonians. No, the big one. The second Earth. Right there. Yeah, that right there. That's the second Earth right there.
I don't think it'll be going any bigger than that, though. Hold on. I'll try.
I won't? Okay.
It might. Hold on. Yeah, to a certain extent it is. Not really. Yeah, not really. Let me see if I do it like this. Okay, that'll be
There
better.
you go. Now slide it over. There you go.
Oh, ain't gonna let me
That's
slide
it
it.
right there, brother.
It's doing fugazi
Oh,
shit.
dang.
Yeah, it's doing fugazi shit.
Well, the point
That's
is,
what
you know, we got a remix story about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because remember in the scripture it said the earth was void and without form. So what did that tell you? If it says it's void without form, that means it existed at one point.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If it was void and without form, then the particles and all the material for it had existed at one point.
Exactly.
Because it said it was void.
It was already there. We just had to fix it up. And this is exactly why they
notice it didn't say right. It didn't say it came from nothing. It said that it was the waters that separated from the lands. Everything was just scattered. And see, a lot of people don't talk about when Nibiru hit that other planet and split it up. You know what I mean? They don't don't cover that, but see, all the text fills in the gaps.
The Forgotten Planet, Tiamat.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's one of the first
planets.
planets.
All the gaps that we've been getting. Yeah.
That's one of the first planets he attacked when he got here.
Yeah.
That's his mom.
Tiamat was his mom, bro. We call the remix people, man. I ain't trying to cut you up. We call the remix people, bro. We've been remixed like a mug. We've been
they just tricked us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've been remixed like a mug. They threw a serious remix on us, bro, because they put in what they wanted to keep control of the people, but they took out some of the most important parts of us getting understanding of what we reading. But now all of it is being exposed, and people are starting to realize, whoa, we all been lied to. It don't matter about no color, nothing like that. Let's forget about that for a minute. Everybody's been lied to. Not just one group of people. Everybody has been lied to, because now the truth is revealing itself, because we're in the year of revealing and exposure.
Right. And I want to drop a point real quick. Speaking of exposed, I want to drop a point to all the cancer people. If you're camp, don't get off. This is going to prove something to you. So you can, I'm trying to help. We're trying to help you. We ain't trying to put you down. We're trying to help. Now, the book says God. Now, God is actually a pagan word. So the book says the Most High. We'll say the Most High, right? Lives outside of everything. Well, this guy's planet is right there. He ain't outside everything. He's worried about us going higher, us going further, becoming above him, which means you be outside. So with that question, with that said, who's God? Who is really? I know it's a pagan word, but then who's really God? Because it can't be him. And who's it pointing to you who God really is? Although we know that's a pagan word, we just excuse the pagan word for sake of conversation. You feel me, fam?
I'm listening.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm done on that part. Figure you want to, say anything about it. To the camps, man, because they need to. We know they got run across it. We need to reach them too.
Shit, talk to them.
Yeah. My suggestion is do your research. That's what I say. Because right now, all the knowledge that we have access to, we have access to the ancient scripts. We talking thousands and thousands of years old. Think about that. This stuff is written down. It's in tablets. It's in caves. They got them in museums. They got it everywhere. Everything had to be released because that's what was supposed to happen. You see what I'm saying? So if anybody want to just really know the truth, all they got to do is do their own research and come up with your own conclusions.
Just say knowledge shall increase.
Don't let nobody that's trying to get you to put in something in the offering plate tell you that it's this and it's a whole nother thing. That's all I'm saying.
It say knowledge shall increase.
Yeah. Because, I ain't got nothing against these brothers, whatever, man. But let's be real. Let's call it what it is, man. They ain't telling the whole truth, and they want that offering plate. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
I
don't care what race or gender nation they in. It's the same old thing. Ain't telling nothing. And notice how silent they get when different prophecies and catastrophes happen. They go silent like a ghost mouse. You don't hear nothing from them. They still preaching the same thing they preached 30, 40 years ago. The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Give people some knowledge so people can make an educated decision for themselves. That's why I say people do the research, please. Please do the research. I've done my research, and I'm still researching. And man, when I really found out what's really going on, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up on here on live. Man, I cried like a baby because I realized that my whole life was a lie. Everything I was taught was a lie, and I had to relearn everything.
That's right. As a newborn baby,
Because it hurt that much to realize that you've been walking around and, you know what I mean, and your whole thing is a lie. That don't feel too good, bro.
Sure don't.
You got to come to the I came to the realization first, and then I'm like, okay, now I ain't gonna stay stuck there. Now I know this is what's been done. Let me dig deeper and see what's really going on. And as I started researching more and more and more, and then I started having all these different dreams and experiencing the astral realm, and all this other stuff, I'm like, oh man, this is what these books was talking about.
Fam, real quick, explain what a dream is
for
the folks who don't know. Explain what a dream is for the folks who don't know. Enlighten, because some folks don't know about what
explain what?
What a dream is.
Explain what a dream.
Dream. Explain what a dream is to them.
Oh, a dream?
Yeah, because some don't really know. They think they dream.
People don't know what dream. Oh, okay. Well, for me, I can only speak on how my dreams is. Okay. A dream, your body, your fleshly body in this realm is resting. It has to recuperate. That's the way we were genetically made. It has to recuperate. But those that have a soul, and I say that seriously, those that have a soul, because everybody don't have one.
Right.
Those that have a soul have the ability to dream if they choose to. Now, when you dream, a lot of people don't know that the dream is theirs. They can control anything in the dream they want to. A lot of people don't know that. They just go through the motions and go through the dream. Oh, I had a dream. Okay, well, what'd you do? Oh, I didn't do nothing. You could have did this if you wanted to, because it's your dream. It's your experience. So when you're in a dream, most of the time you're in the astral and spiritual realm, and people don't even know it. And a lot of these places, we visit a lot of these places on the map, and we don't even be knowing it.
And the astral and
especially
spiritual,
when you see entities that you've never seen before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. In the astral
see entities
and spiritual realm, you have all power. And dreams.
That's right. That is correct.
Dreams are real. Dreams are not you dreaming.
They're very real.
You have left your body because your body can't hold you. It has to recharge, like the brother said. If it don't recharge, you can't get back into it because it can't hold you.
Can't get back. And some people die. You know how they say people die in their sleep, brother? Their soul didn't come back. It was their time. They didn't come back. Because you got to be careful what you do in the astral realm too, because when you do something in the astral realm, it has an effect on what goes on here in the natural realm too. Because everything in this realm was created from that realm. Does that make sense? The scripture talks about it. All the scriptures talk about it. How the unseen created the seen. Or the spiritual realm created the natural realm, or the astral realm created this realm. You know what I mean? However you want to word it. It's all the same thing, just taught a different way or explained a different way. It's all the same. The same thing is coming to be the same truth. I don't care how you slice it, dice it, put peanut butter on it, or jelly, or mayonnaise, or pickles, or cucumbers. It's still the same thing. The same shit. Told all kind of different, thousands of different ways, because the story was said one way 20,000 years ago. By the time it got to us, it's been remixed so many dang on times.
Right.
And we think that's what it was, and that wasn't what it was.
Here's the thing. People just think, okay, the Bible was remixed over 200-something billion odd times plus, right? But they remixed it so much so they made more religions out of it. So they
exactly
so much that they couldn't
for the profit gain. It's all about the profit gain and control, bro.
Well, look at it this way, right? They remixed that one religion so much so they couldn't remix it two more, so they had to create more religions and remix those and tell the same story with a different twist.
And in a different way, remix it.
Right, and they still putting the devil in our place. They put Vishnu, or different countries serve different deities, y'all. India serves Vishnu.
Vishnu, A lot of people don't know that. See,
right.
And then, can I share on this just a little bit, bro? See, everybody wasn't created by the same creator, too. People must understand that.
Right.
You could tell, the scripture tells you, not just the Bible, but all the scripture tell you, say, you shall know them by their spirit their fruits,
Mm-hmm.
who they belong to.
And now you can know them by the map.
Let that sink in for a minute.
And you can know them by the map now, because looking at the map,
yeah,
it seems
you
like,
tell, okay,
look, they surround us on the bottom. They got us surrounded right here. We got some of the planets that are evil that's at the top, right? And a couple in this area that's evil too.
They chopping you up, bro. Okay, now you can. They was chopping you up, bro. We couldn't even sound like you was underwater, bro.
Okay, so I'll repeat it. If you notice, this is supposed to be Earth. We are surrounded. The book says your enemy's all around you. It didn't mean just on the planet. It meant period. All the brown is supposed to be where the devil has some type of deal. He controls all this on the bottom. He's controlling, that has a connection to his deal. You see it's connected to his deal? The map is showing you the black is connected to the brown, and this clones is his deal. He deals with that. That's next to us. That's his deal. That's the Seth, ain't it? All right. We go further.
Seth is up there, the tan part. Seth is the tan part.
Where, here? Or here?
Up there by, up there by where, right there. That's Seth. That tan part all the way around this one. The one down where Earth is. Where Earth is.
Okay. Now we know that
we
supposed to be right now. We supposed to be the so-called original Seth, the so-called original ninjas, the so-called original all that, right? Of course, they copycat. The Seth surrounded us, right? That's the Seth's crew. All these little guys.
Well, they
Palladians and whatnot have you.
Big time.
All right? And we got the connection here. So what it says,
you got to say it again, bro, because they broke you up.
Oh, I said we got the connection here from here to there. We got that connection there, and on the bottom. We're surrounded by enemies even on the map. Not just this planet.
That's fact. That's troops right
there. What surrounds us? The 12 wandering stars. The 12 planets they taught you about in school. Those are the ones of his partners, the ones that ain't down with them. They don't show you and tell you about in school, but on this map, you seeing all these other guys. And where the hell these guys come from?
Yeah,
there's good guys out there.
They give us. The planets that they give us, they call it our solar system. Now think about what that says. Our solar system. Exactly. I need to say that again. System. So everybody that was in the system of this particular way of living and realm that we're in, they're in this solar system.
That's right.
So the 12 of them, meaning they were all in agreement.
Exactly. And what did they form? This electrical component that is not ice, because the ice walls are around each dome. They're not supposed to extend any place else. We didn't need nobody because we already had everybody inside their dome. We don't need electrical component to keep us separated. Y'all already separated from us. So this is an electrical component.
And we have 2 ice walls, man. We have 2.
Right. Each planet has about 2. Now listen, right?
Yeah,
this is called the web, the electric web, the electric grip, the web. He keeps us all combined planets and the present system for all the planets and the electric web. Him and his buddies surrounded us and did it together, because you can't get a full circle unless you surround and then do it together. So when they made this deal, it wasn't simple as let's go down there and try to take slaves and we got ass whooped. Let's go back and try to fucking use witchcraft. No, it was a plan to let's try to take over everything that they created and then put ourselves in their place, but make it close to what they understand, but remix it. So instead of a Christ-like mind, they give you Christ the man. They talk about you.
And it's actually a Christ consciousness, actually.
Right. They want to say
Christ consciousness,
ultimate sacrifice, but the records show that there was no crucifixion back in those days. Only so-called crucifixion was us getting hanged by trees or be torn apart by horses.
That's right. That's right. That's facts. That's right. And even the man that walked the earth with the Mr. J, that walked the earth, he told everybody not to worship him. He kept on saying it. They still do. But he said it over and over. Granted, we know there's 2 different entities in the New Testament. We get that part. But the one that actually is the real one, he kept on saying, don't worship me, worship the Father, worship the Creator.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
What it is he was a student that went through all this knowledge and schooling, and he surpassed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what people don't understand.
That wasn't the
gained
real
all his
name.
knowledge, and he surpassed all his counterparts. So favor was showed on him because he ascended through all these different levels of knowledge.
Mm-hmm. And when he said,
he said he coming back, he talking about the Christ, his consciousness of what he could accomplish is called the Christ consciousness, not the physical person. They put a person in the place of the consciousness that the old text was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? In our book, they put it in as a person.
Mm-hmm.
It was a real person, and he created all this. He graduated and elevated and learned all this knowledge, but he said, "Don't worship him." So that should be the end of it.
Right. We'll see.
He said, "Don't worship me."
Mm-hmm. But also, right before I forget my thought, I think I forgot my thought.
Crazy story, man.
Crazy story. Right.
It's
Okay.
now with the evidence.
Now we have to realize this. That wasn't a real name. And when he said the Father, we understood that we are the Father. We are the ether. We are the light. We're having a human experience. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now, so folks who don't know what that means, you're in a body, and those humans have a similar body to you, but it's not the same on the inside. It appears the same, but it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you're having an experience. This is an experiment that we're ending because we see that the test was to see if they could actually be good, and that didn't happen, and to show them how he really was, because they believed his lie over us. He told them that we was not doing it for prosperity; we were using them. That was in what they call heaven. Now, you don't know the word heaven is a cap. All right. When we was in the ether, outside here, over there, over here,
right.
All right, all around outside
unknown
anything.
Zone.
Exactly. That's
outside
where we
time
are.
in space.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what, and where they get the word space. See, every week they told they try to make space like, yeah, we see the stars and everything, but what people don't really understand is that a lot of those reflections we are seeing is other districts reflected off of the dome. So it looks like I'm getting deep now. It looks like we way up in the clouds and stuff, but actually these are other districts that are reflecting off the dome to show, like, for instance, like when you go inside a little, remember when you was in school and you sat in that chair on a field trip and they put all them stuff on the ceiling and stuff and showed you the planet? It's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's a projection of what's actually on the level realm. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
People don't
hold
get
on.
it. They keep selling us this other stuff, man.
To break this down to them too, all this stuff here, including Earth, all that's low orbit. Yeah, they can go low orbit. All of them go low. They go 2 and 4 underneath and up, but they cannot get out. They have to stay in low orbit. When you say space, that's space. The blackness, ether, unknown zone.
Right, the ether.
That's space. So when you hear folks say they can't go to space, this is what they the space is not Mars. The space is not the moon. That's low orbit. The space is not none of these planets. These planets are sitting on a plateau, which is surrounded now by electrical.
They chopping you up, bro, big time.
They trying to stop it, huh? So
they trying because you bringing too much truth, bro. Too much truth. You know how it go. Every time you start bringing some serious truth, it don't matter who's teaching or what live I'm watching. They either blank it out or make it start buffering or doing what they doing right now to you.
Yeah, they be on some
unbelievable,
shit. Right? But
what you say, brother?
All these planets is lower orbit. So yeah, the devil can go to all these planets. What he can't go is out here.
I don't know, bro.
Cause this is space,
bro. I don't know a word you just said, man. Cause it was like you was talking underwater, man. I'm trying to tell you.
What I said is that all this whole map is lower orbit. So the devil don't come from space. He comes from lower orbit.
Right.
Earth is a lower orbit.
This is some deep stuff, bro.
That's why they call it the lowest hell, although it's not the lowest.
You know they keep cutting brother off, don't you?
Yeah,
keep kicking him out.
And he keep
I
getting
see
back
they
in
keep
there.
on kicking him out. I see it.
Yeah,
he coming back in, but they keep on kicking him out, man.
He probably got something real good to say, and they probably trying to stop him from saying it.
Shit.
Hang in there, brother.
Exactly.
Hang in there, man. You'll get through. You'll get through.
Look, see, they doing it again.
Yeah.
There he is.
All right. So if we talk about space, you mean the darkness. The light came from the darkness. Right. And we the light.
What'd you say, brother?
I said, and we the light. So if the darkness.
My brother said, he said something. What'd he say?
I said out of darkness, the abyss, space.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So if we're the only ones that can go to the darkness, that means we God. Excuse the pagan word. Because out of darkness came the light, and we the light. So that means we come from the darkness. This is the place they don't have a map for because they can't go there.
Right. They can't get past the Great Dome. We got ice walls inside the Great Dome. That's what people. Enoch broke all this down.
So in each ice wall,
you know what I mean?
Reflects a bunch of planets. Whatever's closer to you is the one you're gonna see closer. But when you take a freaking up one of those long binoculars, what the fuck they want to call them things, and you look up, then you start seeing reflections from everything that's actually right beside you, literally, right next to you, all of them.
Yeah, remember that part in Enoch where he said he had went to the four corners of the earth.
That's right. He was talking about outside.
He was talking about these four corners over here. He was talking about those four corners. See, everybody think he was talking about where we at. No, he was talking about on the outside of everything because he was showed so many worlds and places, bro. It's unbelievable. If people just read it, he was showed pretty much this whole map. And he was trying to describe it the best way that he could.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Well, let me piggyback and I'm gonna let you finish, right? One thing he said when he got there, now when he talking about, he said God, remember he's talking about us as a family. When you go to the light, when you talking to the family, we even appear as one. We sound as one. You won't even recognize us as a group.
Exactly.
It's just a big ball of light.
Get that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So you won't even understand.
That's too much for them, bro.
Huh?
Hey, that's too much. That's too much. They're not gonna get that. There's only a few people in this realm that's gonna ever get that, bro. See, everybody gonna get it when it's all over with, bro. I'm just saying.
I'll keep it simple. There's a light. Just know the light is us. That he saw.
Right.
And that light said to him, what are you doing here at this end of heaven and earth? Now, heaven is not a good thing. Heaven is a place that people go to if they believe what they used to go to. They're not going anymore after this. But if they believe in their daddy devil, that's the place, Nibiru, that he's trying to call heaven. The spaceship.
Did you put the pictures up, man? Put the pictures up that Elon Musk had put up, man, that he found. Put them up. You ain't got them?
I
think I sent them to you, didn't I? Or you sent them to me or something?
I sent them to you.
The one that Elon Musk said he found out where heaven is and all that. Put them things up so people can see what you're talking about, because this come out of the horse's mouth now. This is the guy that's causing all this stuff going on, or whatever opinion people got about him. We know he ain't right, but he put this out there on his platform publicly so everybody can see it, and he put his dialogue with it. Let that sink in for a minute. And then look at everything that's going on and what he's doing. Let that sink in. Really, people really need to let that stuff sink in, and because you got to understand, this guy is not, I don't believe he's who he say he is.
Well, we already showed him that he's a robot. We showed him that evidence.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. I must have missed that part. My bad.
Yeah. We showed him that. So we showed him the evidence. We gave him the evidence so they know, because we want to make sure that everybody know that we 100% always giving facts. We're not just making shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they the only person on the planet that can mass produce them things that nobody's ever seen. He got a whole bunch of them right now. They showed it on YouTube where they was walking through the streets, marching through the streets and everything. He released them at the end of last year. Nobody talking about that. The media is not talking about it. Nobody's really talking about that. But they got video footage on YouTube of him introducing them, and they walk in the streets, and people are sitting there watching and taking pictures with their phone and everything. And that's one guy in the background said, "Now be nice to him. Be nice to him." I'm like, why you got to tell us to be nice to him if something ain't right that we don't know nothing about? You know what I'm saying? That make me think like, okay, why you got to tell us to be nice to him when most of us are nice to people anyway, for the most part, I believe. I might be wrong, but
he didn't want to
you don't have to tell us to be nice to no robot.
He wanted to
conduct ourselves.
You know why he said that? He didn't want an incident on national television. He knows how the robots are.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't gonna say it, but that's what I believed at that point. I'm like, okay, they have the tendency to do X, Y, Z, and he didn't want X, Y, to Z to jump off. So he's telling them, he's forewarning them, just be nice to him.
Yeah. And none of them got it. They were just like, hey, hi, and had to be white people.
Them things got something inside of them, bro. They got something inside them. They just not metal and technology, bro. They got some other entities that are taking entities from the past. You know what I'm saying? It could be from any era. I don't know. I don't know none of that, but I know that those are different entities in each one of them that used to live on one of these realms back in the day.
Big time.
Big time. Yeah. They lived on one of these realms in this flat map back in the day, and these are beings that weren't right. They never ascended. You know what I mean? They just like wallow in the abyss, as most people would say it, or people say so many words. They say Tartarus or Hades or the abyss or the void. You know, they say all kind of different things. They got different words, but it's still the same place. You see what I'm saying? And they've been wandering there all this time, and he's resurrecting all of them. That's what people need to start focusing on. We worried about the economy and all that. Okay, that's good and fine, because we have to live and we have to eat and we have to have a roof over our head. I get it. But we got a bigger problem, I ain't gonna say problem, a bigger situation. We're gonna rectify the situation, but we got a bigger situation than what just economy and food and shelter. We got something way bigger going on that it's gonna happen regardless. Everything is gonna happen the way it's supposed to. Let me put it that way. People just need to be prepared, research, study. You know what I mean?
Big time.
Because
and if
people tell you, they've been telling us. Go ahead.
They have. If I had to say anything to the camps, my thing to the camps is when you leave the camps, leave the camp doctrine behind. That's my best advice to you. Leave all of it behind.
That's their doctrine. That's their doctrine. It's like, what gets me about that, man, is like, once I realized what was really going on and started doing research, and I'm like, whoa, my mind was blown, right? Long story short, once I realized that, bro, I'm like, why are we sitting up here in this good spell, believing something that the people who hate our guts remixed? That just don't add up to me.
Not only just remix, but their pappy diabogly.
That don't add up to me, bro.
It don't, but check this. Their pappy diabogly took them over in a place they call Egypt and the Garden of Eden, which was a planet, enslaved them, freed them, you feel me? Had them wandering.
Yeah.
Okay, just on the outside of Nibiru, walking around Nibiru in circles, and then brings them here and then fuck around. You was black in Egypt. We had the whole planet.
Out.
The paleface came and took your shit.
What do you think? Go fuck around and find out.
Took your shit from Egypt.
Another thing,
and then they give you their history instead of giving you the real history.
To give you the real history. And another thing I want to share with the brothers too, with anybody, it ain't just them, anybody that's listening and have ears to hear. When you're reading in the old, because a lot of us, the reason I keep going to the Bible, because that's what most people identify with, because that's what the good spell is working with. You see what I'm saying? So in Genesis, see, people keep thinking that Adam and Eve was the first man and woman. First of all, it's impossible. It'd be incest all over the world. But see, if they keep on reading a little bit farther, they'll know that male and female people were already created before those two were created. They were already subduing the land and living in societies and civilizations and everything before they even came into the picture. And it's in the book of Genesis, but the preacher, Pastor Porkchop, never go over that part.
Well, see,
he skips right over it.
Right. Well, see, even in the beginning of Genesis, it tells you the spirit went over the earth. You the spirit.
Uh-huh.
So that means
That's
you made your own bodies male and female, right? But hold on. It don't stop there. Because if we supposed to be out here, then that means we made everything in here together as one. Unified as one, feeling like we want.
Collectively.
Right? So we went all over this whole place, the plateau. They say Earth sits on a plateau. This is the plateau Earth is sitting on.
That's what Enoch said. Enoch said that it has a foundation, bro. They didn't want people to know that because they sold us something else. And people believe that. To this day, people believe that. And then I'm gonna share something with you, bro. This is a true story. Let me share this with you. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you. One time, back in my days when I was, playing drums for the rock band and everything, back in the day. All right, we was on tour and I had a little break and I was going to go see my family, right, on the break. Okay, I'm on this plane. I always get a window seat. I'm on this plane. It's a true story. I'm on this plane, bro. And they fly 30, 40,000, 50,000 feet in the air, right? Okay. That's not a lot when you compare that technically, supposedly the dome is 72 miles in the air.
Exactly.
50,000 feet is not even 70, let me put it this way. 72 miles is over 300 and some thousand feet. All the planes fly at 40, 50, 30,000 feet. And lower. They don't go no higher than 50 because you won't survive out there. They wouldn't meant for you to be out there. Okay, now when the flight was over, this, that, and the other, and I was talking. No, not when the flight was over. It was another pilot on the flight. I was in first class, but it was another pilot for what was it? U.S. Air. He was with U.S. Air, and he was in the first class section where I was at. And me and him and I got to talking, because I kept saying, man, why am I? I told him, I said, man, they keep telling me this thing is round, man, and we way up here, man, and all I see is just flatness for infinity.
Right.
And then I looked at him and I said, sir, tell me the truth. And you know what he said to me? He said, you don't want to know the truth, but I will say this. This is what he said to me. He said, you don't want to know the truth. He said, but I will say this. What you think is right is wrong, and what you think is wrong is right.
Exactly. Now, they can fly over the walls. They can fly right over the walls with the plane and go to other places just with a plane.
Right, and go to another district. They can go to another district
with a plane.
But see, we've been sold we've been sold this other stuff, man. I'm telling you, man, I flew a lot of times, man, and I just don't see the curve. Now I understand that they do a lot of. I'm not trying to get on this flat earth thing. I'm just going based off of what I experienced. I know that they put a lot of curve effects in a lot of the lenses and the binoculars and stuff and cameras and stuff. If people don't know that by now, then shame on you. They put those curvature lenses in there to give you the illusion of what they've been teaching you. That way, when I look in the subject,
here's another thing, right?
Like this, and this is what they said, you know what I mean? Lie, man.
They lie all the time. Here's another thing too, right? This came to me. It came for a minute now. I'm zoomed in. All right, right now. Quick question. The earth is very mountainy and rocky. Most towns and cities are mountain and rocks, right? Hills, right? The only time something is the most mountainy and rocky or hillish is at the top of something. Now, we had crystals, not pyramids. But here's what they got the pyramid idea. The pyramid symbolizes who's at the top. Now, they told you Earth was the lowest hill. But if you look at the plateau from this angle and then come down this angle, you realize there's a hill. It's more flat towards the grid. But the more you come in, it's sloping up. Can anybody see that? Even right here, it's kind of sloping up this way,
Yeah.
right?
It's more like a. How
But
you
check
say
it.
It's more like big dish dinner plate with like a little small roundness on the top of it. See, they selling us a roundness all the way around. That's not what Enoch said, and that's not what all these ancient texts is saying.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
So
It don't even say that. It don't even say that in the Bible, bro. They skip over the part. Even in the Bible, it says that the earth has a foundation, bro.
Exactly.
Even in the Bible.
But now check this. If now check this, right? The earth, that the book gives it some more clues, right? If the foundation of earth, the foundation of, I'll say it like this, the foundation of God is supposed to be on top of everything. How come earth is pyramided at the top? How we get stuck in here? We're supposed to be out there because we start dropping, falling, obviously spiritually. So we
coming back.
Right now, if you don't know, the earth has fell 2 or 3 times, just so you know. So this is actually third earth.
People don't know that though. Yeah.
Right. I think it's 3B something earth we're on right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we on a whole different one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that explains we fell a lot. All right. So that's why we end here. But even as we end a jail, a planetary system jail, we're sitting at the top of the pyramid. So it's telling we at the top. We over Nibiru. That means we're better than them. And we're sitting at the top of everybody else. We're better than everybody else. And we're supposed to be on the outside, on the unknown zone, because they can't go there. Where there's other planets and other mansions. Way better than the shit we built inside of this shit. So when they giving us this, like you were saying, they twisted it and they lying all the time.
Yeah,
but
man. Because we got evidence, man. There's too much evidence out there, bro. To back up everything that you're saying. And every guy that's on that video that you show, those videos, everything that they are, all y'all saying, there's evidence to back it up. So why are people trying to throw away the evidence and say it's something else when the evidence of this place where we standing at is coughing up everything that is true and that happened? But don't nobody want to focus on the evidence. The evidence shows that this is this and this is that and that is that, and we've been tricked. But a lot of people got plausible deniability. A lot of people, they have a sickness of that, bro.
I think the problem is most people don't want to even deal with the fact that there was bamboozled. They want to just live their life and act like they wasn't. But that's
what is that? What is that called?
Well, I call it
called pride. Ain't that pride?
Well, it's pride, but I have another name for it.
Okay.
I call it Stockholm syndrome.
What syndrome?
Was it
you said
Stockholm syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome. Okay, yeah.
I
read up on that too. Yeah, a lot of people are still dealing with that right now.
Here's my thing. I know we have a heart and we're slow to anger and everything, but I don't understand how can you have empathy or sympathy for a demon, the demons at the top, and all their connections, and all the many men, the many me's they got all over the place of all different types of colors and nationality, when they all one and the same. So I don't understand how you can have beef with his pops but want to be cool with the kids.
Right.
I don't get that, because on the streets, if you down with your gang, you not cool with no other gang. And since gangs supposed to be tribes, and we always tribe up, that's why kids join gangs, because we tribal people. How can you go against your tribe to freaking be cool with somebody who's totally always against your tribe?
Exactly. And that's just what we're dealing with right now with all these different bloodlines and nations. Let me say it like that, because everybody that's all skin folk ain't kinfolk. That part I know that for a fact. When I came back from you know what I mean?
Brother,
things were more clear. Huh?
Go ahead, listening.
I said, and things are just a little bit more clear. And, you know, I don't have all the understanding, but I got a little bit better understanding what I had, you know what I mean, before I flatlined. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Tell them about that
that
shit,
being
man, because
said,
you literally left.
I did the
and
last
decided-
time. I already did the last time. I already did. I did on the
Yes.
last show. I was on there with you, sir.
Yeah, you did.
I'm
you
not
did.
gonna, you know.
You don't have to. You
I
don't have
talked
to.
about it.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to say that you decided to come back because of family.
Yeah. I was granted that because
Right.
somehow, you know, it's amazing how our collective, because it is a collective. It's a collective, like it's kind of hard to explain, man. But it's like embodied, like you said, embodied in the one. But it's like I knew that every being that ever was that was connected to my bloodline was inside this being. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, I knew that. But this being looked like one being. You see what I'm saying? But I knew that everybody that was connected to my bloodline was in this being. That's just not separating nobody else. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, all of us are connected. We just don't know it. Most of us are connected. Let me say that. We just don't know it. We waiting for our rest of our brothers and sisters and cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents and mothers and fathers. We waiting for all of them to wake up. We've been waiting for them to wake up because they all part of this body. And see, they took that body part, the collective, and they turned it into a whole nother thing. And turned it into wine and cheese and crackers and all kind. Man, they done turned it all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They turned it all kind of foolishness, man. This, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. This being is just. Let me just say, this being is loving and just and all powerful. I'm gonna let you know that off top, and I'm gonna share something with you, man. It really don't be tripping on a lot of this pettiness that we be dealing with, because most of the pettiness we be dealing with, we brought it on ourselves in the first place. Now, I'm not talking about people remixing and treating us wrong. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm different among ourselves.
Well, I mean, we was told
we
not
dealing
to
with
come.
things that we deal with among our,
Yeah. Well, some of us was told not to come, and there was other of us that, when it all gets down to it,
These
we always
hard-headed, man.
regretted. We regretted making man, and when we talk about man, that means the Anunnaki. So we did.
They
we
wasn't supposed to do that, man.
Nah, we shouldn't
They
have
wasn't
did
supposed
it.
to do that. They
We should-
because they stated in the Sumerian text that they're gonna have to answer to the Creator of all for what
Well, I
they're
know-
about to do.
Well, I know
That's
they-
kind of
when
the
they
same
did-
story that Enoch was
Well, yeah.
talking about too when they
When
followed
they made-
angels. You see what I'm saying?
right.
It's like the same
That's what-
story.
Yeah, that's when they made their own man. But we regretted from the beginning
Mm-hmm.
making man, because man was the Anunnaki. That's why we regretted it. That's why it says God regretted making man.
Yep.
We regretted
People
making
getting mixed
them
up. They thinking. Go ahead.
because they turned on us.
Yeah.
We made them to fight their mama, who was supposed to be a spiritual counterpart of another ball is light, of what you would call a female energy of light. That's why they keep saying he. The female energy of light didn't want to be an equal. She wanted to rule over.
Oh,
They
I
tell
know you're talking about old girl. I know you're talking about.
Right,
I know
but she
you're
was
talking
the energy of light, just like it was
Right.
the female part of it.
about.
It was the counterpart. That female light decided to go against the male part of light. So as in heaven as in earth. That's why women don't really want to get on the same page as a man, because they did it from the very beginning when it was the first one, which was just a spiritual being as a counterpart.
Right.
A lot of folks sit there and say, how come there was only women on the earth at first and all the men was up there in the light? We came from the light to help them.
Say that again. My earbud came out.
All right. A lot of people say, how come there's only women on the earth at first? But people keep forgetting that the men came from the light to help them. Now we came from the light, not as servants. None of that shit. That's bullshit. We came from the light because we was already fucking living like kings. We was on the same page.
That's why I'm like mad. Why we even want to come back, man? You know what I'm saying?
Right. See that their counterpart of the light decided to go elsewhere. So because they wasn't bad, they were granted to come on the earth, and the earth was a peaceful place. It was a nice place. It was a heaven. Not like they said, but you know what I mean.
Right.
And at the beginning, people don't realize that what they call the earth now shined as a great ball of light. So when we seen it stop shining, that's when we knew to come help. So when you talk about Earth renewing itself, it's just renewing the female energy to be the counterpart to the male energy. But the thing also that's happened is that they have to get on the page because everybody has a job and a man always supposed to lead. It's not about who's better than, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if we all one counterpart or fucking, you know what I'm saying, brother to brethren, we the same. And we come from the same place. So there's no point of us fighting. There's one thing if somebody's skin folk, but they ain't kin folk. I don't give a fuck what you got to say to them. You know what I mean? Because they not one of us.
They're not one of us. That's right.
Right.
They show you that they not. They show you that y'all different. You can tell the difference now, man. I mean, as time go on, man, I'm learning more and more. I can spot who is and who isn't. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like who is the same as I am, or you, or brother. You know what I'm saying? And all the other brothers and sisters that, you know, on the same as we are. We all, you know what I mean? You can tell the difference if you really pay attention.
Right. Well, even when they don't have a lot of knowledge, like the brother we talked to, brother, I'm gonna say brother D. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to say his name. That's
right. I got you.
All right. Now he may not have a whole lot of knowledge, but he got enough to know everything we talking about and what not to do.
Exactly.
So even we
and
can
I'm learning more knowledge every day, bro.
Every day
it's a lot. It's a lot, man. Because we knew a lot of stuff. That's why we were the creators that we were when we built all these civilizations and built this country and we built the world, this realm, and you know what I mean. When we started building here, man, we already had built other realms and planets and everything. We already had built them up already.
And this is only, I get that this is, now look, each circle is a district. The RAM is this.
Yeah.
This whole thing's a RAM, and that's
right.
a district.
You got it.
And we made a whole bunch of RAMs. Mansions means RAMs. We got many of these districts we made. So we're being denied of all the access of all our districts because we ain't over here where we supposed to be. Let's see, we're trying to knock it off. We ain't over here in the dark.
And boy, don't we know about it? No, don't all of us know a lot about being denied? Don't we know? We know.
Shit. We've been denied our whole life, but the biggest thing is that they're denied from all the places that we made, not just this whole place, all the other places. And then they'd hid all this that we did from us, so we wouldn't think outside the box. Because the key thing is to keep you inside the box of religion. You got to keep them in the box.
Uh-huh.
Man, they crazy with this shit. But yeah, they try to make their own man, try to duplicate something they couldn't try to copy, and they couldn't do it.
Right. That's right.
It didn't come out right. It came out a violent, vicious man that would destroy any planet in a matter of 200 years, and done a good job too.
Oh yeah, because he got his kids helping. When I say kids, I'm talking about his creations. Like I said, everybody wasn't created by the same creator. That's been proven. It's in the books. This is what stuff we are saying, bro. Is public knowledge.
Hell yeah,
people should research. That's all I keep saying. People just research. All this stuff is public knowledge. They just don't want.
You can find this on
none
Google.
Of us to wake up, bro.
All they got to look around. You can find this map on Google, eBay. This map is everywhere, bro. And there's so many different versions of them that breaks it down even further than this map does. Further than we just compared. We've seen a lot of maps, obviously, but we compared those two maps because it's the easiest to follow for the people to follow. Right. Because it's breaking down where everybody's at, and legit, we could point at each spot and tell you where everybody lives. Right. Legit. Like, I'll put it right now. Matter of fact, you still got your map up, brother?
Yeah, I still got it.
I'm going to pick a random spot. This right here. Who lives over here? You see what I'm pointing at?
Yeah, I'm looking. I see you. Let me look at it closer. Let me zoom in real quick. That one right there. Okay. I see it. That one is called, is that Chi? C-I-H or C or whatever?
Yeah. And who lives on Chi?
That's the name of it.
Uh-huh. Who lives there?
You tell me.
They tell you by the name. Kai's a dragon. It's a dragon planet.
Oh, see, I learned something else. I didn't know that, bro.
Right? You go further up.
I did not know that.
Each one with the name of the planet don't tell you it specifies exactly who's there. On that map, I could point anywhere and my brother could tell me exactly who lives there. Like, watch, let's do this one. Who's right there? Who lives here?
You talking about that on which map? The other map? You mean the people map? That's what you talking about. Oh, my bad. I'm on the wrong map.
You can do both, man.
Okay.
Do both
so
they can see how
let me see.
even,
right there.
Even the name of the place.
That's the talent. That's the Talons, bro.
The Talons. All right, now that's a bird. That's bird people, right? Now what's the planet called?
Yep. The planet is called. Let me get over here real quick. Land of the Dracos. We know where that's at, right there, right above it. Let me see. Okay, come down a little bit. Put your mouse on it one more time, sir.
This one right here.
That one right there. Okay, that's the land of Saturn.
Land of who?
Land of Saturn.
Land of Saturn.
Yeah.
Where the Talons come. Now, if you look up Enoch and find out he was Seth the Talon. See how that worked?
Yeah.
So they ain't even trying to give you real names in the Bible. So I just wanted to do that to show folks that you can look at this map on Google, eBay, almost anywhere, bro. And there's so many versions of it, it's retarded, bro. It keeps going and going and going. Yeah. And each map gets more detailed. And you can really look at this and see how to get out, how to walk out, how to fucking get a boat out, or you simply know when you go to the spirit realm, you ain't got to come back here.
Right.
Because you're supposed to be
Unless
here.
You choose to.
Right. Now, if you want to come back for family, that's up to you. But going forward in the future, because they're not getting no more reruns after this. They're not getting no more reruns. That's it. Yeah, if you come back in the future, you have to come back as one of our damn children. You probably are one of our children in the future already, because right now this is the past, and we not even here. We only dealing with this shit because the devil keep going back to the past to try to change the future, and it never works. So
yeah, I'm right, brother.
You know, I ain't got much else to say, man. You want to say anybody want to say anything? Have at it, then we gotta end it.
I'm good. I'm good, brother. Good. Yeah, I'm good. All right, so I said enough.
Go ahead. It's all good, man.
No, I ain't got nothing to say, bro. I'm done.
All right. So I guess we're all set on saying anything else. I hope y'all have learned, and I hope y'all do the research, because us three fine brothers showed you the evidence, showed you the map, broke it down, even gave you who lives where, showed you how they did it, how they could just walk in here, just like you see a lot of white Pleiadians saying they just walked through a door. They ain't even fucking lying. They walk from ground to planet to ground.
Right.
Because the further you go, more land, more water. Yeah. There's no such thing as falling over a cliff. They lied. And
obviously one more thing I do want to add to share the people, because I didn't share this the last time. Now, one time I had a serious dream, bro. And some reason gold is really big. Just period on this whole realm anyway. Gold is very, very, it's very precious to us, but gold has a more deeper meaning and how can I say it? Deeper meaning and continuity than, you know what I mean? Gold is like indestructible.
Right.
Gold is indestructible. Okay. Now, when I was in this dream, I was allowed, the year was I think it was 5235. That was the year. It wasn't on this plane that we had now. It was another one. And in the dream, it was like I was visiting there. I didn't ask what the name was. It's just like I knew where I was going, but I'm looking on this map and I know it's one of these things on this map. I just don't know which one it was because I didn't interact with people like that. I went there like an emissary to take care of some business because I was my true self, which my true self is really, really strong. And I was tall and I could fly. So I went, me and some other brothers and sisters, we went to go handle some business because
we were told to go there. Does it make sense?
Yes. You was on a mission.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
You was on a mission.
We was on a mission.
Uh-huh. Hello? You there? I thought they're messing with your phone now. They're messing with your lab screen or something. Just give him a second, y'all. It was important. I'm gonna piggyback until he gets on where he can say something. Because they try to mess with his thing. A lot of y'all believe in guardians.
But the year was 5235, and it was not this realm. It was like, all right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they chopping them up.
Yeah, they didn't kick all of us out.
Huh? Yeah, they chopping them
up. Are you there still? Because it kicked this ball. They don't want this truth on up, man.
Yeah,
because they're going to keep
trying
on.
to stop you.
They're going to keep on messing with it. They're going to keep messing with it. Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. Because they just keep kicking us out, and ain't nothing. I'm wasting my breath at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this.
But just know that it's gonna come a time and point where we're gonna be helping other civilizations later on as well. That's what I do want to say. We're gonna be helping other civilizations, like when we ask for help from the angels. People say the angels, or our higher selves, the ancestors, whatever people want to call it. You know what I'm saying? We look at them as higher beings, and we're gonna be looked at as higher beings once we ascend to our rightful place. You see what I'm saying? And all the scriptures, all the ancient texts talk about how we're gonna, surpass a lot of the beings that's out there, because that's why them folks out there in that big old planet, they even stated in the Sumerian text that we were gonna be better than them, and they knew it. So they've been trying to destroy us for the longest. Some of them in it anyway, because there's some good ones and there's some bad ones. That's the thing people don't understand.
Yeah.
There's some good ones and some bad ones, but for the most part, the bad ones is the ones that have been infiltrating here and doing all this damage, man.
And we say there's some good ones and bad ones. There are some good ones and there's some bad ones. It's just that the good ones, unfortunately, was down with the bad ones, and they tried to change their mind and say no, but it was too late. So that's why we
come back at their appointed time, bro.
Yeah, that tough. Yeah, they are. It's kind of like
by association. They put that in there slyly, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come back at their appointed time.
No, they didn't. And guilty by association, you was there with them when he walked.
Everybody had time limits and certain things.
Mm-hmm. To get back and all that.
Do what, brother? I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
For them to get back and all that, and they didn't do it. Yeah, man. They totally dropped the ball on doing the right thing. So it is what it is, y'all.
We done been through, man, as a people, man. And I know all of us, we sick and tired of being sick and tired, man.
Shit.
You just got to hold on, man, because redemption is nigh, brother. I'm telling you, my name is Brother T.
And they know it. Nigh. They know it. Mm-hmm. If I would have kept going further on with all those white ladies, they was all saying give them folks their land back.
Yeah. Because we got a source that every entity in every cosmos, in every multiverse fears that is on our side, bro. Real talk.
And they all know about
it. They call it God, right? But that's not the correct term, and that's not it. Boy, religion just got us all messed up, man, because people really understood how this being is and operate, they would think twice on a lot of things they do. They really would. When it's not a righteous act or thought or cause. You see what I'm saying? They would really think twice if they really knew how this being operates and what this being is capable of doing. Because this being created all of this that we're looking at.
Well, that's our family.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But so people can understand, that all of us is this being. That's why I don't like to get too deep, because that goes over a lot of people's head. They don't understand that. They not hardly many people not gonna get that, bro. I'm just being real with you. They're not gonna get that. Those that know. Let me put it to you like that. Some things are better. You know how they saying some things is better left unsaid and just let them find out.
Yeah,
As
we're
you
supposed
say,
to tell
fuck
them
around
though.
and find out.
We're supposed to tell them regardless, man. We have to tell them so they can't
Yeah,
say we didn't tell them.
we
You know
have
what I
been
mean?
telling them, but if we telling them and people still don't want to do no research or do the that's I got a big pet peeve about that. People won't do their own research. That
I
bothers me
know.
because we are way more intelligent people than that. We were way more intelligent than where we are right now.
Me and you
You know what I
both.
mean? We knew stuff. Yeah, we knew
But
the
remember,
secrets. We knew secrets of the universe. We knew all this stuff, man. And now we won't. We so dumbed down. We won't even research for the truth.
well, see, here's the thing, right? You have three groups of people, bro. You have the bots, which that's all them other people, and some of the folks like us who ain't us. And you have followers, and you have the people, the seers. We're the viewers. We're the leaders. The people that are sitting back and watching everything and can break the evidence down and stuff and the whole 9 yards. We're the leaders. Everybody else follows the leaders, so there's levels to this shit. Just like the double has levels
It
to
is.
his crew, we got
Yeah,
levels to our
it
shit
is.
too. So the
Yeah.
reason we know and understand certain things because we're on a whole nother level. And that's not being cocky, that's not being prideful. It just is what it is.
But still, everyone is still responsible to research for themselves. That is their duty to find out
Right.
who they are. That is
You
not
right.
no leader's duty, and that's what's been the problem. Everybody been looking to these leaders that has been leading people astray and giving them false information. And then when the truth hits them in the face, they don't even know the truth hit them in the face. They ready to fight against it
Well,
because
see, even
that
the book,
leader
true.
led them
Well,
astray,
even,
bro.
true. Well, even the book says it is a privilege for a king to find the Most High secret. So the Most High is
There you
us.
go.
It's
That's
a
it.
privilege for you to find out about yourself.
If find
So
out
then why
about
not
yourself,
do
and
your
everything
research?
else will be revealed to you. That's it.
Right. And yourself
Find
is
out
in the
about
real
yourself.
history, not the bullshit they lied about and gave you.
Mm-hmm.
And once you see a real history, you see how it connects to that book and how they put somebody that went through a similar thing as you, but their puppet designed it so that they can use their story as yours.
Mm-hmm. Can I share
They
something
got
with
to
you on
say,
closing?
huh?
Can I share something with you guys on closing?
Yeah.
Real quick. And I know I've been long with. I apologize. I just had so much I be wanting to say, but I just had to hold myself because I don't want people to be too weirded out of what we're talking about because all this stuff is coming forward, but people just ain't paying attention. But anyway, let me say this: when you or anybody else share a positive, righteous, and I'm not talking about no religion righteous. I'm just talking about something that's right. That's a good deed, good work, positive, righteous encouragement to somebody, and the person that they share that with rejects it. That is on them.
You're right.
Because what you just did, you just took away what that person did that rejected. They just took away their how can I say it? It's really cut and dry, but they took away the power that was being bestowed on them in the positive words, because the power of life and death is in the tongue. So when a person is giving you positive encouragement, this, that, and the other, and you reject it, you taking away the power that you were supposed to have, that they were giving to you. You destroying it immediately, and then you wonder why things don't ever change.
There's an old saying. Sometimes people is like an old mule.
Mm-hmm.
A mule ain't gonna do nothing unless he want to do it. He's so stubborn. You can't tell that mule what to do. He do what he want to do.
That's fact. You can't lead a horse to the water. You can lead a horse to the water. But you can't make him drink. I got you. I know what you're saying.
Right. So but it's kind of like if the mule wants that grain, he go get it himself. If you present the grain to him and eats it, it's because the mule wanted to find out what was that grain about. But the mule rejects the grain, he cannot to know.
Right. I just don't get it, man, when you're giving positive encouragement, positive reinforcement, and you speaking something positive to that person, how they could reject it. Because if you really discern in the spirit, you'll know that they mean
Not everybody speaking good stuff when they sound good out their lips. Don't get me wrong, but when a true being is speaking positive, righteous encouragement to a person, so it will help them, and they reject it, they are destroying that power that was supposed to be theirs, that was being bestowed on them.
Some people,
that person was genuinely bestowing something on you so you can go to the next level. But a lot of people reject it, so they always stuck in the same old.
Right, because when a person rejects positive, it's only showing you the reflection of themselves.
Exactly, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm done. I ain't got nothing else to say. We got to look in the mirror at ourselves, bro. We got to look in the mirror.
Exactly. Ain't none of us perfect. No man, no woman is perfect. None of that. No, I understand that we not what they like to call themselves, but even us as angelic beings and these fleshy bodies that we designed to hold us, we are nowhere near perfect, but we knew we wasn't going to be perfect. That was the point of this mission, to go ahead and see if we could do what we can do in these things that we do out there.
Yeah, we got to check ourselves, bro.
And it
I got to check myself, you, brother, everybody, man. We all got to check ourselves and really come to grips of who we really are. What do you really stand for? What are you willing to allow? What are your beliefs? You know what I mean? What is the truth? Because truth and facts are two different things.
True,
a lot of people don't know that. The truth is the truth. Facts is not the same thing as the truth.
Right,
unless got a little bit of information, you know what I'm saying?
Right, unless it's cold hard facts.
Stands alone.
Unless it's cold hard facts, which would be truth. It has to be cold hard.
That'd be
facts.
truth. If it's cold hard facts, that's what people. That's where they come from. It's cold hard facts. Yeah, cold hard facts will slap you in the face. Now, that's the truth when you know it, because when you get the truth, the real truth. It resonates in your soul and spirit a different type of way.
Right.
But that goes with anything in life, anything. When you get the truth, it resonates a different way. Now, how people react to it
is different.
It's a whole nother ball game.
The truth, once you, all right, we all go through these stages before we actually get to the truth. You know what I mean? But once you actually get to the point, then you start realizing, man, I was doing Hebrew Israelite shit. I should have been doing that shit. I didn't realize I was fucking double invertly. I didn't realize that was actually their shit. I didn't realize that they're pretending to be us, but they switched the people and all that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you get to because you always go these stages. You go to Israelite, then you're like, oh, I should have been a Christian, not realizing you still fucking up. You know what I'm saying? And it's all those fuck ups, the spirituality. They go to that in the midst
religion
of going
is the problem, bro. That's the problem.
Yeah,
because
so
the Creator don't operate off religion. See, he gave us basic stuff. You know what I mean? Universal laws that he had set forth way back from the beginning, before any of us even existed, even as a spirit being. You know what I mean? He set the law down, and it's basic stuff.
And that great ball of light,
we can't even hear the basic stuff.
Right. Well, see, in that great ball of light, right? Everybody's equal in that great ball of light.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's part of it. Is thinking on the same accord. There's no confusing whatsoever in that great ball of light.
And everybody love everybody too, bro. That's another thing I forgot to share with you too. The immense it's a love that I've never experienced, bro. I never experienced no love like that down here.
Oh,
it ain't gonna happen. It don't happen. Huh?
I want to break something down. So they don't understand the light, right? And the light is our home. We'll just say that. We're all in the light. They don't understand the light because they don't understand us. A cop, white cop, you hear him place plenty of signs. They say they don't understand the black man. None of these people. It
wasn't meant for them to understand us, but go ahead.
Right. Well, we're not supposed to be understood. We're supposed to be listened to.
Exactly.
So a lot of people could not understand. So when he saw the great ball of light, and of course he got his ass whooped, he still not has fully realized, because he thinks that thing's just one thing. He don't realize it's a group, but he has enough sense to realize that we came from there. That's why he attacks us.
When all of us come here, man, the Creator takes a piece of this self and place it where it's going to be. If people could just grab that concept, man, they would understand that the collective makes up the creator.
Exactly.
If they can understand that, because it's everybody know that they say God is has a little bit of God is in everybody. That's true.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That is true.
When it comes to,
but you got to twist it though.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. You got to twist it. Mm-hmm. But see, also, let me put this like this: the creator. This is what I've learned, and people can take it for what it's worth. I don't care if they believe it or not, because I know what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, what people I want to share is that there's an entity that is called what I would call it the source of life, the light. Okay. Now, even though it's a collective of different beings that's been around for millions and millions of eons and beyond, you know what I'm saying?
Whole bunch of us, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's also separate at the same time. Does that make sense? Well, it stands alone by itself over here, while all of us collective is over here, but we are part of that stand alone over there by there. Does that make sense?
Well, we're also still there too. That's the other thing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We in both locations.
Both locations,
but
right?
It's hard for people to grasp. It's hard for people to grasp. It's hard for a lot of us to grasp that, because this is stuff that's way over our head, and we wouldn't talk nothing like this. This is some astral realm supernatural stuff that, you know what I mean, like stuff that goes on that we not gonna grasp.
Well, see, that's why the book says everywhere but nowhere, because we're everywhere but we're nowhere. And that's why they also say this is why the white man and all of them say it's like a computer system. We there, we are spirit, but spirit doesn't have a real shape or form. We can appear to have a shape or form as in a big ball of light, but when it comes down to that would be just projection of who we really are. Yeah. And we're most likely still someplace else, because you always want to be the one that controls it all. If you control it all, nobody can shit on you. You feel me?
Right.
But also,
remember when you said,
also, well, another thing I want to point out something you said, right? There's levels even in that ball of light. You got lieutenants.
Yeah. Right. All
that
stuff.
It is. As in heaven, as in on earth. And you got black people as soldiers, lieutenants, kings, governors, all that. They copied from our shit. The devil got everything that he put on them from us as far as government, the way it's supposed to go. This is why the devil's trying to get it back to when it was great again, because it was only great after they took it from us, after we built it up.
Right.
So, yeah, man, this is crazy, bro. But yeah, you're right, man. There's levels, man. Like, I know we leaders. Why? Because we the ones out here breaking down stuff very deep, and other folks are doing a decent job. Some folks may not as deep. Some folks a little more, how I say it, I don't want to say deep, but I want to say more detailed. Would that be right? More detailed?
Yeah, more detailed. I mean,
the edges.
It ain't too much wrong can go on when you're dealing with the truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth is just, it stands alone. It just is what it is. We either accept it or we don't. You know what I mean? Because all the evidence, the source supplied us with all the evidence that we need to come to an intelligent decision.
And that's
it's
all
up to us. We all have free will, so it's up to us whether we willing to accept or not accept, or whether we willing to believe or not believe. It's up to us.
Do the research.
You can't force nobody on nothing.
Right. You got to use critical thinking too, y'all. You're not
critical thinking is very important, man.
Right. And the other thing
we used to do that back in the day a lot, bro. We used to do that a lot when we were building these big old edifices and engineering and doing all this other stuff. We were doing critical thinking like on a daily. Like everything that we did had critical thinking involved in it.
Right.
Now we don't even have some of us don't even know what that is.
You see that's going to change, because the school system, they get rid of this old school system. They're about to start giving people, the stuff they should have been learning. All the fake history, they're not going to teach it no more. Trump has, go see if it carries out. Supposedly, Trump and his people are going back to the old school and the shit that we used to teach. And supposedly, every child's going to learn that instead of learning the shit that we was taught in school, the lies. So, if that's the case,
let me ask you this. Okay.
Well, here's the thing real quick. if that's the case, that'll be good because that will keep, you know, because when we was in school, the reason they put us in school was to get rid of our imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Your imagination brings on critical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So these kids are gonna be in school and gonna be able to keep their imagination. So now you can only imagine how great these kids will be at the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
What's your question?
I done forgot now, bro. I'm sorry, my bad. I just forgot. So much is going through my mind right now. It's all good though. It's all good.
It's all good. You know, we talk. All right. Well, peace and love,
I'm
everybody.
glad peace and love, everybody. Thank you for listening to an old fart.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it, man. Make a couple old fellas feel good. All right, now.
One of the brothers said, "I love it." He said, "I love it." Appreciate you, man. We love it too. Yes, appreciate you. Because this is, it's gonna be all right if we just accept the truth. That's all we gotta do is accept the truth.
Yeah, I gotta answer this because I was supposed to answer it. Well, you can answer
Okay,
this
brother.
shit. You want to answer that? I ain't got to answer that.
Answer
You
what?
it.
Oh, well, let me see. So our family members can be mixed up too, right? Yeah, yes and no. That's a trick question he just threw out there.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I hate it. I don't like touching that because people really get offended when people don't get, it's not in the right categories.
Yeah.
Basically, if they have to have the spirit has to have certain things in its structure. In other words, DNA. So let's just use the analogy like they use the analogy like they did in the ancient scriptures.
Right.
Whoever the man fathers, that child is whatever that man is. Society twisted around and tried to say, let me back up because I want him to get a real understanding. Society got us mixed up saying, okay, if I have the same mother and we got different fathers, then that's my sister. No, it's the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
That person is your half brother and sister. Your full brother and sister comes from where the seed comes from.
Exactly.
That's what, and people get that twisted all the time.
There's even folks trying to teach that the seed must have came from the mother side to sit there and be one of ours where the mother carries no seed.
She carries no seed. She's the incubator.
Exactly.
Incubator and the nurturer. You know what I'm saying? She carries the seed of the male. You know, we know the whole deal, but see, society
can break it down.
Society taught it backwards. Yeah.
If we're a spirit,
backwards,
right,
bro.
Right. If we're a spirit and the spirit comes out the spirit is not ready to come into this physical realm. It has to go into a portal to come out a portal.
Exactly.
So if we're releasing the spirit into the woman,
and then she's birthing the spirit.
Yeah, and she births the spirit because that's what we are. Then he came through the portal. And we put the spirit in her portal, but it has to go through a process before it even gets to this portal. So basically, you definitely want to. The thing is, it breaks down to the DNA. You got to have it's the DNA, bro. It is what it is. It's a bloodline. I don't know how to say it. And if you're not part of that bloodline, well, if you're not part of that bloodline, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's exactly. Answer.
That's how. And to answer his question, if your family, some of them is and some of them ain't. It just depends on where the seed come from. Let me just answer it like that because I don't, I don't know that much, but I do know that it's wherever the seed comes from. Those are the ones. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, for instance, a lot of these folks get mad and shit.
Yeah, they do. They do get mad, but a lot of these great women that birth all these wonderful, great men across this whole realm, them women came from one of those seeds.
Right. Right.
And it goes on and on. Don't nothing start. Can't nothing jump off without the seed.
You got that right.
Let's just call it what it is. Can't nothing jump off without that seed being planted. Just like you plant a seed in the ground to grow your greens and whatever, fruit tree, cherry tree, whatever. The seed has to be planted. It's not going to do it by itself.
His name Keith. Keith, this is why men are starting to realize that we are the gift. We have everything to offer and everything to lose. That's why men are starting to realize, even the books that told you women was chasing us, we wasn't chasing them. So society has turned everything back. Even though we're not supposed to chase our women. I'm not saying don't talk or don't look at one because you ain't gay. Don't fall for that scripture that say if you look at one something wrong, you're supposed to look. Just don't take the clothes off with your eyeball.
They are counterparts, bro. We meant to be together. One man and woman meant to be together, man.
Right. You know. But we just all, I'm gonna just say this. We have to realize everybody has a role. And the right wheel of a car don't turn without the left wheel. Just like that bird don't fly without both wings. So if I'm freaking moving my wheel forward and you try to move it backwards, that shit ain't gonna work.
Right.
And that's the problem we have with our people when it comes to the male and female structure. But as in heaven, so is on earth. And that's why on earth is the same shit. We just experiencing the same thing we experienced from the beginning. From the beginning, they wanted to rule over us, and we had an ultimate way to deal with it so they still could be happy because it wasn't their fault because they didn't do that. Somebody else did that.
Yeah.
You know? It wasn't their fault. So, but now we get the same. They wasn't like this. They wasn't like this when people were trying to take over our shit. They cling to us and shit. But when the outside nations put in, well, I ain't gonna say put in place. I'll say copy our shit and put their own buildings or took over most buildings and copied our shit and claimed it as theirs. That's when a lot of our women start cleaving to the titty of the white man, not realizing the titty of the black and more reptilian. But don't get it twisted. You got a lot of brothers doing the same shit.
Yeah, it is so interesting, and it's just a lot going on, man. When you're talking about, you know, bloodlines and who's who, this that, and the other. At the end of the day, bro, really none of us really know who's really who. You know what I'm saying? You got to prove it to yourself who you are. If you know yourself, if a person is real honest with their self, they'll know where they belong. If they would just be honest with themselves. Right.
I'm gonna say
I
like
mean, if
this.
it turns out to be wrong, then you have to be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have to be honest with themselves.
And I'll say this: the minute I realized that I knew that I definitely knew and known in the past and know now that what I am and who I am and what I am a part of is the minute I fully understand that this is not people just talking and say we're gonna get abilities. No, that's really gonna happen. This is not people just blowing smoke up your ass when they say certain shit like that. I honestly know deep inside with every bone in my body, this body anyway, that it's gonna happen. And one thing I wanted to share, I'm piggyback off something you said. A lot of y'all believe in guardians. They call them the guardian A word, not using the A word because it's pagan, but guardian angelic being. A lot of time, your guardian angelic being is just you, your higher self, and you're protecting yourself from the past, and you have to.
You're getting too deep on them, bro. You're getting too deep.
I know.
People ain't ready for that. They're not ready for that truth yet, man.
Let me finish this part because I was almost done. You have to do it because they did a rerun. It's the only way to make sure your past self is safe, because if you don't do that, they'll alter the past of you. That's why. That's the only reason why.
Make sure you don't mess nothing up, mess the timeline up.
Right. Or they come to you and fucking do some shit and fuck them up. So they got to make sure that you stay on.
But they know better. They know better. They already been through it. They already know what is and what ain't. You know what I mean? They trying to help guide us. You know what I mean? So we won't mess the timeline up.
Right. Well, it's the same reason a lot of folks might try to come against you and they walk up on you and get scared and turn around and run off and walk away. They ain't looking just at you. They see something else. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this on one of my songs. I think it's a rap song. In the beginning of the song, I say something, and the voice of my higher self, the guardian, speaks something, and I hear him speak what he say. It's right in one of my tracks. I'll show you one day off of this thing. But yeah, so bro, that was confirmation about stuff that we talked about not long. Well, it was a little while ago, but still, that was also confirmation as well. That confirmated it.
Well, hey, you know, I got. Between me and you, you know, I mean, I got confirmation myself today as well. So, and that's something I process and deal with. So it just is what it is, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Right. It just is what it is.
It is what it is. So yeah, folks, we are, and that's that. Anybody don't like it, they can shove it.
They can go research. Get the
Right.
answers for yourself. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to the news. Go check it out for yourself.
Do your
You
own
come to your
research,
own
man.
conclusion. Come to your own conclusion. For real.
Right. Tell you can take
Anybody
all the
with half
stuff
a brain can come to a conclusion and see the truth if they really
Right.
want
And
it.
here's a good idea. Any teacher been listening to, take all this stuff and research everything they said to see if they
Yeah.
was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Do
Research
that.
where we are, everything we said. You'll find it.
Mhm.
It's right there. I'm just not
You'd
gonna
be
sit up here
surprised how
and
much you
be like the
learn.
pastor pork chop and go through every book and everything
Right.
and try to teach you and then push it down your thing and then say, okay, my PayPal donation link is no, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, here's
Nah.
the thing. Here's the thing too, though. Right? Here's the thing too, is that if you research it and then you find out because you already know, remember and
Mhm.
stuff, it's
Brother Keith
because
said
you
he
were,
said I understand now. Go ahead, I'm listening.
right.
I'm just
But it's because you was meant to know.
right.
Those who are gonna know, and those who are meant to come back and be somebody's child under our new freaking government with nobody on but black people of all different
They know.
shades.
They already know.
They'll know then. But the ones who know. And if you don't know, after you've done the research, you just ain't meant to know.
Yeah.
And if you do a whole
Ask
lot of
your question,
research
bro.
and you still can't find it out, then you obviously ain't meant to know.
Right, exactly.
But once
It's
you know,
just,
you
let me ask
know.
you. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask
Go
you
ahead.
something, News, and see what your take is on it. Now, this is just my belief. It ain't nothing concrete, nothing like that. It's just what I believe wholeheartedly deep down in my soul. Let me share this with you. Okay. People, when it all comes down to it, people really know who they are and what's really inside of them. Okay? Now, let that sit for a second. They really know if they are or if they ain't. They really do know. Now, those that know and starting to realize it, they're in fear right now
Well, I think it's a
because they
confidence.
know that they one of those. And people put color on it. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be all kind of different people, man.
Oh
Trust me when I
yeah.
tell you this. It's gonna be all kind of different shades
Well,
of
a lot
people
of,
because this system put up color, but in the spirit realm and all that color, that stuff don't exist. Because we
right,
are not black. We are actually copper people, and they are not
right.
white. They are actually tan and peach people. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So let's just throw that out the window because you put a black crayon next to a brother or sister, they lighter than the black crayon. Even the darkest brother I've ever met is still lighter than the black crayon. So,
Right. Big
and
time.
even you put a white crayon next to a white person, the
They
whitest of the
darker than
white
that
still
right
ain't white as
there.
that white crayon. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that right there let you know the trickery and the mind control and programming that's been going on, because
Mm-hmm.
the astral realm don't operate on those type of deals. This is something that's been set up really be in the be honest with you, really in the past 400 or 500 years. This is something that's been going on. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
exist, you know what I mean? Like you hear some of the answers, some of our grandparents or great grandparents say, in the 70s, they like, that was the first time I ever heard them call us black.
Right.
They wasn't they
You
didn't
don't call them black.
identify with that.
Right. Not only that, yes, if you go a little back, you hear folks like some of our old tribal chiefs. We talking about so-called black Indians, y'all. Some of our
Yeah,
old tribal chiefs was on record saying that the moon ain't even supposed to be over here.
right. Yeah. They didn't identify with a lot of stuff of what the system has put out there today.
Uh-huh.
They didn't, because a lot of them was shocked, man, when they seen all this stuff go on. And then the Afro-American movement that old boy did in 1988 when he announced it publicly, man, he was paid, but that's another story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's when they start calling. They keep changing. They keep changing our ethnicities through the years. If you
Well, they
look
try
back
to
and start doing
see
research all the way since after the
because they want
Bill
to do a
of Wars
censor.
happened.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want to do a censor, man. Just make sure y'all say you
yeah,
indigenous. They
right,
didn't
right.
say indigenous to this place, United States. My grandpappies, and so forth was here. We was here
Yeah,
from the very beginning. Just say it just like that.
right.
She trying to say with indigenous, say the people who was been here before any of y'all got here. Because what they want you to do is say African American, Afro American, anything they want to call you. If you say it, you basically they'll deport you, bro.
Yep.
They'll deport you because that means you have no right to this fucking shit that's actually yours. So you gotta say I'm indigenous.
That's right. That's right.
If they want to know where you started off, our people started off in Mississippi as the Mississippians. You ain't got to say Mississippians, just say we started off in Mississippi. There's actually documents that prove that's where we started off.
Okay.
And know your affairs history. My dad was from Mobile, Alabama, right in Mississippi, right next to it.
Right.
My mom was Mississippi. They moved out when
That's my dad's Tennessee and my mom was Mississippi. Yep.
Right. Now they moved out because my dad beat up this white dude, beat him up really bad. And in those days,
I know.
That's when we was on.
Gotta say it, bro. We know what happened. We already know what happened.
We was on the decline as far as Mike back in those days. Just say that.
Yeah.
So
we made these treaties with them after the Gullah War, man. It went downhill from there, bro.
If my grandmom and grandpa didn't leave that night, they left the same night. If they didn't leave, I wouldn't be here. And the village got burnt down. So, you know what I mean? And I'm Blackfoot. But that's the name we just came up with, y'all, because we were calling ourselves Neejees, Mississippians. We was calling ourselves Chickasaw, Choctaw. Then they changed that name into fucking, what they call that? They called it Cherokee. They changed it to Cherokee, which is really not a right name to call anybody. But yeah. You know?
Hey, there's some brothers and sisters now is getting back to the Neeje word, man. I've heard some of them, talk about it. And I'm like, when they said that, man, I kind of lit up when I heard it. I'm like, yeah, okay. That person is getting that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It made me, I was delightful to hear it because I hadn't heard it in eons. You know what I'm saying? Me
now, hold on,
I'm talking about my experience as this person. You know,
that's good.
I hadn't heard it in eons, so when I heard it, I'm like, yeah, they on the right track. They getting that knowledge.
They're on the right track.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not one of us, you claiming you one of us ain't gonna work. They know who we are. They just trying to see the sense is to see if you know who you are. Because if you know who you are, they can't deport you. If you don't know who you are, they just go by what you said. You said this, I can deport you.
That's right. That's right.
But if you're not one of us, you can't be Spanish about you indigenous.
Yeah.
Because you ain't from here, bro. You can't be Mexican unless you black Mexican, and you're really not Mexican. They just call you Mexican. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a Mexican, what they call Mexican these days, you can't claim to be us. It's not going to work for you. They know that you're not one of us. They gave y'all money to come here. That was your award for getting down to go against us.
Everybody got paid off with us.
Yeah, y'all already got
paid off except for the people who built this whole thing. Started
this
whole thing. Ain't that
y'all got paid to betray us, is what happened. Y'all got paid $10,000 when y'all came over here to start a front store to betray us. And y'all already got y'all pay. Now y'all pay is going to be taken away. And that's what y'all crying about. Because now he's saying deportation. And if you have a child here, your child is not a citizen either. So they can be deported too.
Yeah,
the only children that has the right to stay here is our children, but we have to know who we are as far as when it comes to this landmass.
That's all I'm been saying, bro. Find out who you are yourself. And once you know, you know. That's it. Can't nobody take that away from you. That's one thing can't nobody take away from you is when you find out who you truly are. Search within yourself and you will start knowing who you are. And when you start knowing who you are, things become more simple and easy to understand. Even when people start using those big words and and doing that talk around type stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is and what it ain't. You ain't even gotta be like, all right, man, I feel you. When the person when if a being now tell you I get it, trust them at their word that they get it. You see what I'm saying? You know that's been around for a few years now. When a person says something, they be like, I get it. Trust them at their word that they get it. They just get it. They get it in their understanding. You see what I'm saying? That's they get it in their understanding. They're not necessarily getting it the way that you sharing it with them. They getting it the way that they can understand it. So trust them at their word that they get it the way they can understand it. Does that make sense?
This is why we
But at the end of the
decided
day,
to meet
it all
people.
had make it make sense at the end of the day. Make it make
Right.
sense, man.
Well, this is why we
A lot of stuff
decided.
ain't making no sense, bro.
No, it's not. And this is why we decided to. We had a discussion, and we decided to try to meet people where they. We still going deep, but we try to meet people where they are. We understand.
Mm-hmm.
We understand. That's a long, hard road, man.
Yeah.
So we just here to make it easier. But end of the day, before we end this, don't forget who we really have to fight. Stop looking at these outside nations as don't forget, yeah, they are the enemies, but they ain't the ones you really got to worry about.
Right.
Those are not the ones you
It's
get
some other
mobility with. It's some other ones you get.
It's some other ones that's pulling the strings, man. Pulling their strings.
At the end of the day, we have to
People don't
fight
know
them.
about.
Right. How you gonna have God come down and save you when you already here?
Mm.
You gotta
Everybody
fight.
been
bro.
waiting on that rapture for a minute, ain't they, bro?
Oh man, they gonna be waiting for that. Well, you know,
They
the ones that
been
get sucked
waiting,
up to New Barrel, they're sucked up to the spaceship. You know, they'll become primetime slaves for that black demon.
Yeah.
That'll be their rapture. He might eat a couple on. You know what I'm saying? He might be hungry a little bit too. So, hey, if they want that rapture, man, they might as well wrap themselves up in one of those fucking rolls and throw themselves in the oven, because he probably gonna do the same thing anyway.
Yeah. Boy, they sure put a hell of a remix on, boy. And I'm telling you, it is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's like the untold secret, man. This is like the strongest remix, got good spell that is ever known to man. You know what I'm saying? They boy, it was a number put on, bro. And
Man, they mixed that. They couldn't remix it more. They mixed it more than a DJ.
Yeah, they drop a $5 bill on the ground and telling you that it's a 50. And you looking at the $5 bill, you know it's a $5 bill, and they still telling you it's a 50, looking you dead in your eye and telling you it's a 50.
And I ain't never seen no DJ do a
that's
trick
a
that
$5
good.
bill. Huh?
I said, I ain't never
You know
seen a
that's
DJ.
$5 bill. You looking at it,
Right. These guys, they're very crafty. But yeah, y'all keep watching, man. And y'all keep doing research. You prove a lot of stuff to yourself. We not just here to teach.
Yeah.
We here to hopefully spark a nerves, get a spark in you to
Yeah,
make you
that's
get
it.
an inkling and say, I need to know.
Yeah, because I'm trying to learn.
We all learning every day. We all a piece of the puzzle.
But
We
I've
gotta
learned
end
some
it.
major things today.
Right. Well, hey, we both learn. I'm gonna end it only because you got too old. Well, we're not old. We're not really old, but we call ourselves old. We older than probably half of y'all.
We old enough. Yeah, we old enough.
We old enough, right? We older than probably half of y'all. But
yeah.
We just want to say peace and love and thank you for joining us. We'll keep teaching. Y'all keep watching and y'all do research and spread the video, spread the word. You know what I mean? It's important. The message must get out. You know what I mean? It must get out because we really are trying to help people. You don't see. Listen. I'm not saying I never need any help, but if I don't need help, I don't ask for it. And 9 times out of 10, you don't see me with the description of my Cash App, PayPal on the bottom. I don't post that shit because that's not what I'm here for. You know, people want to give, they give out, they give goodness their heart, or they give based on circumstance or whatever. But other than that, you know what I mean? And
If a person want to give you something, man, they'll make sure you get it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And
They really want to give you something.
Right. And I give it myself, so I understand, man. If they want to give, they'll just give. Sometimes I gave because I was like, man, that person looked out. Let me look out. Let me just give them. I don't have what they gave me, but let me just give them something, just so they know I appreciate it.
That's fine. Right. And that's
You know what
that's what the heart does. I mean, if they want to, they want to. If they don't, they don't. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, on closing note, others make big deals out of it, and that's not what it's about.
Right, because it's definitely, man. The truth is free, y'all.
Yes.
And it don't cost nothing to find it. For all the truth, well, I paid a little bit for truth because I bought a couple of books. But for the most part, I don't think I spent over $800 in books to get the truth. In fact, I don't think I even spent $400 in books to get the truth. A lot of these books that y'all see I've shown that you can't buy on the market, they were passed to me by outside nations. who seen that I knew a lot when I was talking to them, and they says, hey, I got something for you, you should read this. See, a lot of these outside nations also been know the truth, and they start to give you certain books because when they see you on the right path, they can help to respect you. Even in the Middle East, right? If they see as a brother that you are woke, they call you woke. If you are asleep, they assume and enslave that ass.
Right. And let me say this before we leave, bro. I keep on saying I'm gonna say this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm done. We must understand that all the other entities and nations, all of them are not bad. Just the majority of them.
Yeah, all of them ain't bad, just most of them. There's good and bad in everything, y'all. Just know that.
Yeah.
You know,
just the majority of them. Not all of them, because you got some people that look different than you that is actually, part of you. They look different than you because their spirit is the same as yours.
It's times before there was those, if you look up history, that was working with us to try to stop what happened because they never agreed with it. So you would have their children, whoever their children are, that would be trying to do the same thing because they will still not agree with it. And that's why you start to see white women come out and say, it's wrong, it's death, let's stop playing, give this shit back. And you never thought you would hear that from a white lady. I'd be surprised to hear anybody tell me that they knew they was going to hear that from a white lady one day. Because I wouldn't have believed it. So,
like I said, all other people, man, all of them ain't bad, bro. It's some good ones.
Yeah.
And those good ones are, whether they know it or not, they're going to help us elevate to where we supposed to be, and they're going to be glad to do it.
Them good ones is going to be the ones to give shit back. Them good ones are going to want to be like, and also there was some people talking about how the good ones will sneak some of the people out of the cities. I'm not telling you to take that chance, because that's a chance.
Right.
You mess around, they might want to eat you instead if you get the wrong people. Just try to get.
You stupid.
Hey man, I'm just being real, man. Or they might be driving you and zombifying that ass. You got to be careful, man. Just try to get yourself out if you can. You got a little bit of time, and that's what we made, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But all right,
bro.
We all
love, man. Peace and love, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in.
All right, now. I'll talk to you soon, brother, too.
All right, later.
All right, fam.
All right, brother. We'll do. Peace.